Oh, very good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to all of you guys. A very good evening to everyone. I'm happy that I'm able to connect to you people after a long time in this live session of YouTube here. Yeah. A good evening, Vairam. Good evening, Doctor. Good evening, Mahfouz Khan. Good evening, Vikas. A very good evening to all of you, Chaudhary, Abdul Azim. Yeah. Basit Altaf. A very good evening to all of you. Yes. Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. Yes. So, my dear doctors, first of all, to begin with, very good evening, Gujaji. Ayushji, very good evening, Doctor Sir. So now, first of all, to begin with, my dear doctors, here we are actually here to discuss about biochemistry here, guys. I'm going to discuss like biochemistry in the next 2 hours, entire biochemistry and all the high yield topics, all the must know topics that you have to know before going to the exam. Okay. But before starting with that one, I'd like to tell you one thing here, my dear friends. Yesterday in the evening, we just got a very big news that FMG exam has been postponed. And it has been postponed to 20th June. Everyone knows that in the FMG world. Now, first thing, first thing that I would like to tell you people here is uh, that now what is going to happen? This is the same scenario we faculties have seen during 2020 August exam also. That lockdown wala year. I hope you all remember that one. You know? So in that year also the same thing happened. Like at that time also the exam was postponed a bit. Like the same time here. So now I want to tell all of you one thing here. What we have seen during the August exam also 2020 also at that time also they were like the students joined to two groups. One group of the students who were like completely relaxed. The day we got the notice that the exam has been postponed and the students were like completely relaxed. Oh, dekha jayega. We are having like 2 months of time right now. We can do wonders in that. And they started partying. They got completely relaxed. Why? Because now I think you people also know till yesterday, we were in our like complete momentum, the fastest momentum of preparation. All that rapid revision sessions were going on. We are revising all the subjects. The students were revising like 2 or 3 subjects on a daily basis. You know, second and third revision going on, and we were writing the subject-wise test as well as the grand test and all. Suddenly, what happened because of this news? There will be yes, there will be my dear friends, even if I'm at your place as a human being, there will be a slight disturbance in the mind. In now what to do? There is like complete 360-degree turn, how to plan. Okay. So therefore, what I want to tell you is that one group of students will be like completely relaxed. They'll start partying. They'll be starting enjoying. They'll be going to the movies, whatnot. They'll be watching series. So what I'm trying to tell you right now is, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Okay, my dear doctors, you have got like ample time. Please recall those discussions when we were discussing, when I was like going for all the regular classes throughout India. The students were discussing, sir, time bahut kam hai, it's very less time. Sir, I did not solve the MCQs and all. Sir, I did not do these 3 4 subjects. I'm very much weak in this particular subject, like pharmacology or PSM or microbiology, where we need to like revise multiple number of times, and we have to memorize many names and all those things. And so now it is the right time. Now it is the right time, my dear friends. Please plan daily on a daily basis, at least 2 hours. You plan for solving the MCQ. Please plan for solving the MCQ. And now, because you have got approximately like almost 2 months of time, almost 63, 64 days you have in your hand. At least this the first month, you plan to complete your difficult subjects, the subjects which are difficult for you. Is it okay? So I want you to not to relax. Please utilize this time as a golden opportunity to clear your MC exam and go ahead in. Is it okay? So 2 hours you're going to plan for the MCQ solving daily, and then second thing is that you are actually going to like complete all your difficult subjects in the first month, or I can say like first 15-20 days. Complete off with the difficult subjects whichever you felt was difficult for you. It is like different for different students. Might be like surgery is very much easy for me, but surgery might be difficult for you. Similarly, obs gynae might be easy for you and obs gynae might be like difficult for me. So whatever difficult subjects are there for you, don't get tempted by others. Don't take other suggestion, because every person to person the subjects will be different. Is it okay? So therefore, revise all those difficult subjects, solve the MCQs right now. Please don't get laid back. Don't get into that relaxed mood right now. Don't change your tempo. Okay, now. So saying that, my dear friends, I'll be along with you people till your day of the exam, till 20th January. I'll be along with you people. Every now and then you can always connect with me. You also know my social media handles and all those. There also you can connect with me. Yes, I will be along with you people. I'm not going to leave my students. Is it okay? Now saying that, saying that, let us not waste our time now. Now let's come to the thing that we have actually gathered here for. Okay, I'm happy to see most of my students here. Yes. Let's get started with the biochemistry session right now. Are you all ready? Just give me a thumbs up in the chat box if you will are ready. Hello my dear friends, if you people are ready, just give me a thumbs up in the chat box and let's get started with our session right now. Thank you Samshad, thank you Sayed Mehvish, thank you Chaudhary ji. Yes, Kuldeep, everyone is ready now. Aisha, very good. Soumya, very good. Karishma, very nice. Farhan, Anam Khan, very good. So now let's get started. Now the rule number one is that I am going to complete the entire biochemistry, like the carbohydrates, the proteins, and the lipids, and then the electron transport chain, the vitamins, enzymes, all these topics. I am going to tell you like what to study effectively, like what is the higher thing. I'll tell you what you have to study and go to the exam. Now the rule number one is that next 2 hours, please promise me and promise yourself that you are not going to think about anything else in your life. Forget about everything in your life. Forget about everything in your life. No distractions, no social media, nothing. Don't speak to anyone, no answering of messages, nothing. Just be with me. And the rule number two is that just be along with me with the pen and the paper, and please write down and please mark the topics that I'm trying to tell you here, the topics that you have to definitely learn. My friends. Is it okay? So saying these two things, let's get started. Let's make utilize of this time here, guys. So ये 2 घंटा completely मेरे साथ में अगर आप बिताओगे, and hopefully yes sure with all our hard work, I'll also pray to the God that whatever hard work we are doing here, whatever time we are spending here, maximum number of questions should be coming from this session. Okay, so saying this, let's get started. Is it okay? Chalo sir, thank you. So we are going to start with a remarkable rapid revision session here. And now, my dear doctors, the first topic that I'm going to take up here will be electron transport chain. सबसे पहला टॉपिक हम जो स्टार्ट करेंगे, the first topic that we are going to start is the electron transport chain. And if anyone remembers the recall questions from the June exam, last June exam, 4th June 2022, which was conducted, yes, in electron transport chain, definitely one question will be coming in your next exam also. So hello my dear friends. In electron transport chain, the first thing, please take up your pen paper, no distraction, and write down there. Electron transport chain, a question pakka aayega. There'll be one question definitely coming from here. And for this, I want you to learn two things here. One will be the inhibitors of electron transport chain, and another thing will be the uncouplers. Okay. So my seventh sense is telling that the question will be coming from these two things in electron transport chain. So it will be from inhibitors. It will be from the inhibitors of electron transport chain as well as the uncouplers. So these two things you are definitely going to learn. Okay, screen is not visible. So electron transport chain से एक क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे ना पक्का है. Yeah, I hope now you are able to see the screen, guys. Now it is visible. Very good. So what I was actually trying to tell you is that electron transport chain से एक सवाल पक्का definitely आएगा आपके next वाले exam. ठीक है ना? One question will definitely come from here, and please write down there on the paper. You are going to learn, yes, inhibitors of electron transport chain as well as the uncouplers. So out of these two, one question will definitely. So in the last June exam also you have observed there was a question about the cyanide inhibiting like which complex. Okay. So now what you do is we'll come back to this question later on. Now what you do is please take a paper and on the paper start writing along with me. In electron transport chain, the point number one that you people have to remember is location. Where is electron transport chain taking place? Every medical student knows that it will be in the inner membrane of mitochondria. Electron transport chain will take place on the inner membrane of mitochondria. Fine. Inner membrane of mitochondria, and there are totally like 5 complexes, complex number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So everyone, my dear friends, start writing and start learning right now. So there will be like complex number 1, and complex number 1 will be known as NADH dehydrogenase. Is it okay? And then on the other side you write down there as complex number 2, and complex number 2 is also known as succinate dehydrogenase. Succinate dehydrogenase. And then complex number 3. Complex number 3 will be known as what, guys? Cytochrome reductase. I want you to be like more careful here. Hello, my dear friends. While in our session, during our session, I want you to be completely with me. Don't have any distraction. The moment you're writing that word there, please revise it in your mindset. Wherever in the world you are, wherever you're sitting, sir, whether in your institute, whether in your library, whether in your room, or anywhere, wherever you're sitting there, the moment you're writing that word, you're going to revise along with me. Okay, now. So complex number 1 will be NADH dehydrogenase. Complex number 2 will be succinate dehydrogenase. Complex number 3 will be cytochrome reductase, and then the complex number 4 will be the cytochrome oxidase. Cytochrome oxidase. And finally the complex number 5, the complex number 5 will be the F0F1 particle. Okay, I hope all of you have learned the names. I trust you people. Okay, I trust you people a lot. I hope you have already learned the names right now. Now, after learning the names, my dear friends, remember, in electron transport chain, what is going to happen is that we are going to form ATP, fine. But from where? From NADH and FADH2. Is it okay? In our regular classes, I have told you in detail about that. Now, this is like rapid revision. So, revise along with me. NADH will actually give the hydrogens to the complex number 1. After giving the hydrogens, it is going to become NAD+. FADH2 will give the hydrogens to complex number 2. After giving the hydrogens here, if it is going to become Fa. अच्छा. So what is the take home point from here? यहाँ से हमको सीखना क्या है? NADH will give the hydrogens to complex number 1. FADH will give the hydrogens to complex number 2. Is it okay? And then, my dear friends, from complex number 1 and from the complex number 2, the hydrogens will go to complex number 3. And how it is going to complex number 3? Carrier. And the name of the carrier is coenzyme Q. And coenzyme Q is also known as ubiquinone. Please be careful with the name here. It's ubiquinone. What is that? Ubiquinone. Another word somewhere in biochemistry will be ubiquitin. Or examiner आपको ऐसे ही option देगा. And after the exam, you'll be coming back with a feedback. Sir, we were stuck with 2 options: ubiquitin, ubiquinone, ubiquinone, ubiquitin. So that I don't want in the exam. So please have full focus here now. It is ubiquinone, ubiquinone. Okay, and then, my dear doctors, the hydrogens will go from the complex number 3 to complex number 4 via another carrier, that is cytochrome C. And then finally, those hydrogens are accepted with oxygen to form what here, sir? Water. Okay, and because we are adding oxygen here, of course, what is the name of this reaction here? Because we are adding the oxygen here, it is oxidation. Oh, so oxidation is taking place on which complex? Complex number 4. Oxidation is taking place on which complex, sir? Complex number 4. Very good. And now finally, what is going to happen on the complex number 5? Due to the movement of H plus ions, recall my regular class. Due to the movement of H plus ions, energy will be produced, and that energy we are going to trap. And that energy will be trapped between ADP along with inorganic phosphate to finally form ATP. The energy rich molecule ATP is formed here. And because we are adding the phosphate group here, therefore this one is known as what's a phosphorylation. इसको हम क्या कहते हैं? Phosphorylation. अच्छा, तभी तो, that is the reason why oxidation taking place on complex number 4 and phosphorylation on complex number 5, and that is a coupled reaction occurring together, and that is the reason why it is known as oxidative decarboxylation. Oxidative decarboxylation. I repeat again, I hope you have heard this word a lot of times, but today understand the meaning. Oxidation taking place on complex number 4, phosphorylation taking place on complex number 5. That is why it is known as oxidative phosphorylation. Kya baat hai? Dekh rahe ho sir? So in one diagram, I'm giving you everything to learn here. Everything to learn. We are done with the names of the complexes. We are done with the carriers in the middle, coenzyme Q and cytochrome C. We are done with the entire mechanism, oxidation, phosphorylation, everything is done here. And now let us welcome to the most important thing, which might definitely come in your January exam. I want you all to be like 200% alert here right now. Okay, inhibitors. What are the inhibitors of electron transport chain? Guys, have you all heard about carbon monoxide poisoning? Hello, have you all heard about the carbon monoxide poisoning? कभी सुना है आपने? हाँ. And that carbon monoxide is going to inhibit the complex number 4. Carbon monoxide inhibits complex number 4. Is it okay? And my dear doctors, the problem in the exam, in your MC exam, is that they will never give you like in the options as complex number 1, 2, 3, 4. Carbon monoxide inhibits complex number 4. ये तो सबको अच्छे से पता होता है. Everyone will be remembering that very nicely. But they will be giving in the exam name of the complex number 4. What is the name of the complex number 4? Cytochrome oxidase. But again the same problem with two options. Okay, your examiner loves you a lot. That is why he will test you a lot. है ना? प्यार में इम्तिहान तो होता है ना? हाँ, ये और बात है एग्जामिनर का और आपका एक तरफा प्यार है. ठीक है? हाँ, तो पहले दो ऑप्शन आपको दिए जाते हैं, साइटोक्रोम ऑक्सीडेज एंड साइटोक्रोम रिडक्टेज. और एक बॉम्ब. Now students are very happy in the class. Oh, carbon monoxide inhibits complex number 4. But in the exam, gone. Okay. Two options will be given, cytochrome reductase and cytochrome oxidase. So please follow my mnemonic here. CO inhibits CO. You will never forget that. CO inhibits CO. Carbon monoxide inhibits cytochrome oxidase. And yes, June exam question, cyanide. Cyanide is going to inhibit complex number 4. And even remember H2S, hydrogen sulfide, is also going to inhibit complex number 4. So cyanide, carbon monoxide and H2S, all of them are going to inhibit the complex number 4. And then what about the complex number 1, guys? Complex number 1, आपने pharmacology पढ़ा होगा ना? I hope you people have learned pharmacology. In pharmacology, I hope you will have learned about the barbiturates and benzodiazepines. है ना? You have to know the drugs, the sleeping pills. If you take like one tablet and sleep, you'll be getting a nice sleep. But some people here, what they will be doing is suicide, and they'll be taking like so many tablets at a time. At that time, that will be toxicity. And remember, yes, the name of the drug here will be the phenobarbital. Phenobarbital inhibits complex number 1. And one more substance will be rotenone, and rotenone is going to inhibit the complex number 1. और थोड़ा ना ध्यान से देखिए, observe very carefully मैं कैसे लिख रहा हूँ, how I am writing there. In both their spelling, you'll be having one at the end, and that is going to inhibit the complex number 1. So phenobarbital and rotenone is going to inhibit the complex number 1. Complex number 2 will be inhibited by malonate. Complex number 3 will be inhibited by antimycin. Along with antimycin, also remember British anti-lewisite, BAL. British anti-lewisite. And remember one more thing, complex number 5 will be inhibited by oligomycin. Lovely. Is it okay? So all these are the inhibitors of electron transport chain. There are so many inhibitors apart from this also that you have to learn for the NEET PG exam, not for the MCA. For MCA exam, अगर आप इतना याद रखोगे, if you remember this one, that is more than enough, my dear friends. Okay, so let us just revise this again. I cannot take a risk in inhibitors. I am expecting a question in your January exam. Is it okay? So what are the inhibitors of electron transport chain? चलिए एक बार दोबारा repeat करते हैं. Wherever you're sitting, I don't know, but yes, shout it out loud and clear. Okay ना? हाँ, जैसे मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ ना ऑनलाइन क्लास में, वैसे मेरे घर वाले तो मुझे पागल घोषित कर चुके हैं, ठीक है ना? बिकॉज आई बी सिटिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ द कैमरा, आई बी शॉटिंग हियर एंड देयर. तो आप भी वहां से चिल्लाओ और मैं भी यहाँ से चिल्लाता हूँ, साथ साथ में हम लोग चिल्लाते हैं, तुम भी पागल मैं भी पागल. तो मेरा है. तो कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड इनहिबिट्स व्हाट्स complex number 4, cyanide complex number 4, H2S complex number 4. Phenobarbital inhibits complex number 1. Rotenone inhibits complex number 1. Yes, Savitri, in library also. Let everyone knows today that we are going live on YouTube, biochemistry. Is it okay? Malonate inhibits complex number 2. Antimycin and British anti-leviside also inhibits complex number 3. And then oligomycin inhibits complex number 5. So promise me today that you're not going to go to the exam without learning inhibitors. बिना inhibitors पढ़े आप exam को नहीं जाओगे. Is it okay? And now another important thing. Now one more important thing is about the uncoupler. I told you just now, oxidation and phosphorylation are coupled reactions. What will happen? We'll be having uncouplers and they'll be uncoupling that reaction. And because uncoupling that reaction, then because that reaction is like uncoupled, that is why phosphorylation will not occur. And because phosphorylation is not taking place, ATP will not be formed. Okay, I'm not going into the detailed mechanism right now. हमारे पास उतना time भी नहीं है. We have done in detail in the regular classes. But just remember right now, uncoupler क्या करेगा? ATP form नहीं. So automatically the question that will come in our mind right now is that कि अच्छा अगर ATP form नहीं होगा तो सर फिर energy कहाँ जाएगा? है ना? If ATP is not forming, okay, ATP form అవ్వట్లేదు. Energy ఎక్కడ వెళ్తుంది? Where is the energy going then? That energy will be released in the body as heat energy. That is the work of uncoupler. So what you have to remember for your exam, for your MC exam, you have to remember the examples of uncoupler. I'm writing here. Remember, one of the example of uncoupler will be 2,4 dinitrophenol. I'm writing in short form here. As a student, you have to learn the full form, sir. It was given as a full form in the exam. 2,4 dinitrophenol. Another very good uncoupler will be aspirin. Another uncoupler will be aspirin, sir. Okay? Aspirin, but in high doses only, sir. So 2,4 dinitrophenol and aspirin, these two are uncouplers. Fine. But the problem is that they are not produced in our body. Are there any uncouplers which are produced in our body? Yes, they are known as physiological uncouplers. And you have to remember them. Number one physiological uncoupler, thermogenin. Already asked in your exam, thermogenin. Look at that beautiful name given by doctors. Thermo, heat, genin, formation. So thermogenin means heat formation. एक बार ये आपके एग्जाम में एग्जाम्पल पूछा गया था. In another exam, they have asked the location. Where is thermogenin present? Yes, it will be in the brown adipose tissue or the brown fat. Recently in the exam, they have asked one more example. Thyroxine is also acting like uncoupler. Even the free fatty acid will also act as uncoupler, and as well as bilirubin will also act as uncoupler. So all these are the examples of your uncoupler. चलो एक बार हम लोग मिलकर रिवाइज करते हैं. Let us revise together. What are the physiological uncouplers which are naturally produced in our body? So number one, thermogenin. Number two, thyroxine. Number three, free fatty acid. Number four, bilirubin. Again, thermogenin, thyroxine, the free fatty acid and bilirubin. Thermogenin कहाँ पर होता है? In the brown adipose tissue. I hope you people have learned about that in the pediatrics also. And my dear doctors, now please look at that one page that you people have written along with me. अगर आप लोग really मेरे साथ में लिख रहे हो, okay ना? I hope you are not making a fool of yourself, because if you people are not writing, there is no one who is going to lose. It's you who is going to lose that one. So if people are writing there on one page, I guarantee you 1 mark. On this one page in January exam, 1 mark definitely will be coming. So learn the names of the complexes, learn the carriers between them, and learn the entire mechanism, the oxidative phosphorylation, how it is taking place, and then learn about the inhibitors and learn the uncouplers. So this is what you have to learn, yes, in the electron transport. So after our class today, after our session today, what you do is take a neat page there, take a white paper there, and write it neatly with a colorful pen and pencil, and please paste it wherever you're studying, sir. This page will give you 1 mark. This page will give you like 1 mark, sir. Yes, yes. Thank you, Dr. Aspirin. Thank you, Dr. Medicine. Now, please come back to this question here, sir. Carbon monoxide inhibits. मैंने आपको क्या कहा था? In class, every student is learning it is inhibiting complex number 4. But that fellow will give in the exam names. Understanding? We can easily rule out these two. But the problem is with these two right now. Cytochrome reductase, cytochrome oxidase. And what is our mnemonic? What is our mnemonic? Carbon monoxide is CO. CO inhibits CO. Cytochrome oxidase. Yes. Understood now, sir? That's all. So, I hope all of you are happy now, guys. Okay. 1 mark for sure. क्या बात है सर. आज से ना स्टार्ट कर दो preparing for 299 now. 1 mark पक्का आ गया है सर. तो अब से ना 299 के लिए स्टार्ट कर दो प्रिपरेशन. ठीक है. चलो एक टॉपिक हो गया. Now let us go to the next topic. The next topic that we are going to learn now is proteins topic. Okay. Now in proteins topic, if I am at your place, hello my dear doctors, are you ready for the next topic now? Give me a thumbs up. Are you with me? I hope like we are done with half an hour of session, sir. We are done with like half an hour of session right now. I hope everything is going comfortably. You are able to follow me, or do you need any changes, my dear students? My dear students, do you need any changes? I hope everything is going perfectly. चलो बढ़िया सर बढ़िया. Very nice, very nice. That is really nice of you people. That's really nice. अब हम पढ़ेंगे दूसरा टॉपिक. The second topic that we are going to learn right now is proteins topic. If I am at your place as a student preparing for next FMG exam, okay, what I will do in my mind is that I should have a clarity what to study, what not to study. In proteins topic, I'll simply divide this topic into 3 parts. Okay, actually proteins are made up of what, sir? Amino acid. You all know very well. तो अमाइनो एसिड्स का क्लासिफिकेशन पढ़ना जरूरी है. Number one thing. Okay. Now during rapid revision time, don't ask me, sir, what is the meaning of protein? Protein is made up of amino acid. Amino acids are building blocks of protein. All that we have done in our regular classes. And what are proteins? They are made up of amino. What are amino acids? They are the building blocks of protein. Kya baat? Understanding? So not that right now. Now what to study, what not to study. Is it okay? So amino acid classification is important. Number one. And second thing, what you have to learn is about amino acids are going to form some important products. Have to learn about those products. And then, of course, you have to learn about certain diseases here. If you people are looking at the recall question in the June exam, there was a question from disease. And here we have to just learn about somewhere around 3 to 4 diseases, and pakka one question will come from that 4 diseases only. In last June exam, there was a question about alkaptonuria, black urine disease. So again, I'm telling you, first of all, have a clarity in your mind. ऐसा ना randomly मत पढ़ो. Don't have that very much cluttered thing in your mind कि यार proteins में पढ़ना क्या. Clarity. Amino acid classification, and then important products from amino acid, and then the diseases. And first, let us focus on the diseases. Yes. One of my brother here in the chat section, he was writing there कि sir, आजकल जैसे questions आ रहे हैं ना उसके हिसाब से पढ़ाइए. Teach according to like whatever type of questions are coming nowadays in the exam. Yes, my dear younger brother. Welcome here. Okay, so you are able to see on the screen here, there is a clinical question given over there along with the image based. So nowadays they're giving the image based question also in the exam. Is it okay? So now welcome to this clinic. Is it okay? So I have come up with everything in this session here. We are going to see the clinical questions also, as well as image based questions are also coming from biochemistry. चलिए मिलकर पढ़ते हैं. Let us read it together. A 40-year-old man presented with black egg. His sclera of eyes and pinna have black pigmentation. I hope you remember this condition. The sclera of the eye, the pinna here, the cartilage, the ochronosis. इसको हम कहते हैं ochronosis. Remember that word. Very good, Dr. Arman. Very good, excellent, Dr. Arman. Ochronosis कहते हैं. The urine collected is also shown in the picture, and you can very clearly see. Normally, the urine will be slightly yellowish in color, but if you keep it for some time, the color of the urine changes to black color or coke color. And of course, yes, this is which disease? Alkaptonuria. What is the name of the disease? Alkaptonuria. Okay. And in alkaptonuria, that is your black urine disease. Hello. Number one, alkaptonuria. It is also known as what's a black urine disease. Are you all writing there? Yes. Very good. Huh? So alkaptonuria or black urine disease or any disease whenever you're learning in biochemistry, first of all, what is enzyme deficient? The enzyme deficient in alkaptonuria will be homogentisate oxidase. Homogentisate oxidase is the enzyme deficient in alkaptonuria. And what is a clinical feature? The important clinical feature here is this one. The number one thing here, the color of the urine changes to black color or coke color. And the second thing that you have to remember is this condition here, that is nothing but, yes, blackish pigmentation in your sclera, as well as, deposition of homogenticid in the cartilage, and cartilage, which is normally like white or shiny color, will get converted to like black color. So which cartilage here? Yes, you can see in the pinna. In the auricle or the pinna, we have elastic cartilage, and that white cartilage will now get converted to what, sir? It will be converting into black color. That is why we'll be having blackish discoloration here, and all those things. And that condition is known as what? Ochronosis. Yes, yes, very good, very good. Now the next thing, guys. So these are the things to remember. That was the June exam question. First disease completed here. Now welcome to the second disease. Enzyme defect in the given image. Actually, in the given image, you are able to see this condition is albinism. Albinism. Okay. And now, my dear doctors, I hope all of you have learned that there is an amino acid known as tyrosine, and tyrosine is the amino acid which is going to form melanin. Tyrosine is going to form melanin in the presence of an enzyme. The name of the enzyme will be tyrosinase. It's very simple. आपको just A's लगाना होगा. So tyrosine is going to form melanin in the presence of tyrosinase. Now, if there is a defect in this enzyme, melanin form nahi hoga. Yeah, normally what will happen if melanin level increases, hyperpigmentation. If melanin decreases, hypopigmentation. If there is no melanin at all, agar melanin nahi hoga, there will be no pigmentation. Okay, so therefore, what is happening here? Yes, that is albinism condition. Yes, the enzyme defect in the given image will be tyrosine. And I'm like really happy to see the the replies in the chat box over there. Everyone is answering very correctly. Second condition is done, albinism. So albinism में आपको बस याद रखना होगा tyrosinase. I hope you're writing those points guys somewhere. Now welcome to the third condition. Okay, and please don't forget the planning what we are discussing here. We're discussing proteins topic, and in proteins topic we are actually discussing first about all the diseases. Now welcome to this condition here. A 2-year-old boy, intellectually disabled. Okay, there is some neurological disorder. The child is having the blue eyes, the blonde hairs, and the fair skin, and that is indicating that there is decrease in melanin. Okay, and he also have a peculiar body odor. Okay, what is the diagnosis? Remember, first of all, can anyone tell me in the chat box which disease is this one? Remember, this disease here is telling you about phenylketonuria. Phenylketonuria. And now tell me, what is the enzyme deficient in the phenylketonuria? That is phenylalanine hydroxylase. Remember the enzyme deficient? I'm telling you slowly here. Phenylalanine hydroxylase enzyme will be deficient. Okay. After that, what will be the clinical features? How to remember the clinical features? Now, all my students who attend my class, my regular classes, they know very well, okay, that, my dear friends, I don't want to mug up guys. मुझे ना रट्टा नहीं मारना. I want to understand, okay, why is all these things happening in the phenylketonuria? ये क्यों हो रहा है? So let us just go back a little bit. There is an amino acid known as phenylalanine, and phenylalanine is getting converted to tyrosine. Listen to me very carefully for 2 minutes. So phenylalanine is getting converted to what here? Tyrosine. How? It is by addition of OH group. Can you just recall? Simple, it's very simple. Just recall what is the name of OH group. OH group is nothing but hydroxyl group. And because we are adding the hydroxyl group here, that is why the name of the enzyme will be hydroxylase. And whenever you have to make the complete name of the enzyme, add the name of the substrate. So substrate का नाम क्या होगा? Phenylalanine hydroxylase. Simple. Okay. So phenylalanine hydroxylase. That is what I wrote you there. PAH. And now once this tyrosine is formed, tyrosine is very important amino. Number one, it is going to form melanin. मैंने आपको अभी अभी बताया था. Just now I told you in the last question. Tyrosine is the one which is going to form T3 and T4, the thyroid hormones. And tyrosine is also going to form what, sir? Catecholamines. And I hope all my student knows very well what are the catecholamines. Dopamine, norepinephrine and epinephrine. Dopamine, norepinephrine and epinephrine. These are catecholamines. Oh, अब थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाओ. Now apply your common sense. If this phenylalanine hydroxylase enzyme is deficient, this reaction will not occur. Then tyrosine will decrease. Then there is decreased melanin. If there is a decreased melanin in the skin is going to become like fair. So fair skin. And melanin is not only present in the skin, it is also in the hair. And there is decreased melanin in the hair will convert into golden yellow color. You can clearly see those will be the blonde hair. And then the melanin is also in the eyes. The eyes are going to become like blue. Oh, so it's all because of this decreased melanin here. Lovely. Second thing is that अगर tyrosine नहीं होगा, if there is no tyrosine, then T3 T4 will also decrease. And T3 T4, my dear friends, remember thyroid hormones have got like many functions. I hope you people have learned all that functions in physiology, endocrine physiology. Okay, so now I will tell you one of the function. Thyroid hormones are necessary for the proper development of brain, proper development of your central nervous system. Understanding? In growing children, thyroid hormones are necessary for proper development of brain. और अगर brain properly develop नहीं होगा, if the brain doesn't develop properly, that will lead to mental retardation. So that is what is given in the first line here. So in the first line, it is like intellectually disabled. And yes, of course, in phenylketonuria, there will be peculiar body odor. I hope you all remember, there will be mousy or musty odor. I repeat again, mousy or musty odor. Wow. So this question is like giveaway. I would like to tell to all my students who met me during the regular classes and told कि sir clinical question में बहुत दिक्कत होती है sir, we are having a big problem solving clinical question. भाई साहब, all my dear brothers and sisters over there, yes, look at that question, look at that question. That question is shouting there. Okay, now please mark phenylketonuria. Please mark phenylketonuria. That's the beauty of clinical question. Don't have a phobia, don't fear. Clinical question is like giveaway. Actually, अगर आप मुझे सही पूछोगे ना, to be very frank with you people, I'm having a fear with one liner. As a student, I'm having a fear with one liners. Because in one liner questions, because in one liners, my dear friends, there's nothing much giveaway there. In one line, you have to identify like what will be the option there. Understanding? But in clinical question, in that 4 5 lines, it will be like giving away everything. Everything is given away. There is mental retardation, there is decreased melanin, fair skin, blonde hair, blue eyes, and then yes, there is mousy or musty odor. Everything is given there very clearly. You just have to mark phenylketonuria. Understanding, my dear friends? Lovely. So we have discussed everything regarding this one here. You can see whatever notes I'm writing there. The name of the disease is phenylketonuria. Enzyme deficient will be phenylalanine hydroxylase, and I told you the mechanism. I told you how to remember this one. So इसीलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ sir, please be with me for these 2 hours of session here, guys. Why? Because hello, my dear friends. In these 2 hours, we are going to discuss all the high-end topics. Is it okay? And my main intention will be not just mugging up my dear friends. My main intention will be like not just giving some points और आप इसको सीख लो, नहीं, सीखते कैसे हैं, how to learn the things easily. Okay ना? Welcome here. Chalo sir, let us go to the next one here. Next disease here, my dear friends. And this is like the definite question in your next FMGE exam. ये आपके मतलब don't think that it is the same question that is going to come in the exam. Okay, it is like a definite concept that is going to be coming in the exam. Okay na? In the chat box someone is writing there, please go faster if possible. Bhai Sahab, like I would like to tell, like as a teacher, I have to take care about all my students. Some will be like slow learners, some will be fast learners. So I'm just trying to go in an average manner. So don't worry, nothing like that. I'm not going to take much of your time. Okay. I hope we are going with a fine speed here. A 2-week-old neonate with a complete hypotonia, convulsions, failure to thrive, metabolic acidosis. Okay, G. The baby has a smell of burnt sugar in the urine. That's all. मुझे और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. This one keyword is enough to solve the question. Burnt sugar odor in the urine. Burnt sugar odor in the urine. I hope all of you remember BCAs, branch chain amino acid. What are branch chain amino acid? Valine, leucine, isoleucine. And these valine, leucine and isoleucine will undergo certain metabolism and finally form some products. Don't worry about that pathway. Don't worry about the product. मैं आपको जितना कह रहा हूँ उतना पढ़िए. Okay, understanding my point here? Yes, thank you, Dr. Deep. Valine, leucine, isoleucine are branch chain amino acids. Come on, learn. Branch chain amino acids are valine, leucine, isoleucine. And now, my dear friends, you don't have to learn the pathway. You don't have to worry about the product. Now, during this pathway, somewhere in the middle, you'll be getting one enzyme. Only that one enzyme you have to remember. Sir, what is the name of the enzyme? Now, these are branch chain amino acid. Andukosam, in the name you'll be having branch chain. And from amino acid, if you remove the ammonia, what is left out? Keto acid. Andukosam, the name will be having keto acid. And here oxidation is taking place. And I hope every medical student knows that oxidation here will be like removal of hydrogen. And that is nothing but dehydrogenase. So what is the complete name of the enzyme? Branched chain keto acid dehydrogenase. Branched chain keto acid dehydrogenase. Are you repeating the name with me? Are you all repeating the name with me? Don't just sit there and listen. Oh, Azam sir is repeating very nicely. Don't worry about Azam sir here. Azam sir's biochemistry will be almost done like 30-40 times in 1 year. Be concerned about your biochemistry, which will be done once in lifetime. Is it okay? And that is what we have to do. Once in lifetime study and put it in the exam in January. Khatam, finish off. Understanding? So please repeat that along with me. Branch chain keto acid dehydrogenase. It is going to come in your next January exam. Branch chain keto acid dehydrogenase. BCKD. Is it okay? Don't take me wrongly. It is BCKD. Branch chain keto acid dehydrogenase. Is it okay? So what is the importance here? Yes. If this enzyme is deficient, it will lead to a disease. What is the name of the disease? The name of the disease will be maple syrup urine disease, MSUD. If this is deficient, it will lead to maple syrup urine disease. And in maple syrup urine disease, why the word is given like that? Maple syrup urine, because of the odor, the smell. The smell of the urine will be like burnt sugar like smell in the urine. So you have to just remember all these keywords. Number one keyword, if I am at your place, yes, sir. What is the name of the disease? Maple syrup urine disease. Enzyme deficient, BCKD. Then what is the smell in the urine? Burnt sugar like smell in the urine. Burnt sugar like odor in the urine. Is it okay? So what is the option here, sir? That is nothing but branch chain keto acid dehydrogenase. Branch chain keto acid dehydrogenase, BCKD. Is it okay? Definite question in the January exam. Is it okay? तो चलो एक बार ना हम लोग फटाफट रिवाइज करते हैं. Like whatever diseases I told you, 4 things, and from these 4 things, definitely a question will come in the exam, guys. Okay. In the rapid revision session also, I'm revising for you people. Wow. Number one disease, alkaptonuria, enzyme deficient, homogenticid oxidase, black urine. Number two, you're going to remember albinism. Albinism, enzyme tyrosinase. Number three, you're going to remember about phenylketonuria. Very important. Phenylalanine hydroxylase. Remember this picture in your mind. A Russian. Russian को याद कर लो भाई. Foreign medical graduates. You know Russian very well. है ना? मेरे से बेहतर तो आप जानते हो. है ना? Not only just theoretically, practically also. है ना? So just remember one Russian, phenylketonuria. Fair skin, blonde hair, blue eyes, mental retardation will be already there, and there'll be like odor, very bad odor, mousy or musty odor from them. Is it okay? Don't take me wrongly. Don't make it something like viral. Okay, Azam so told something against Russian and all. No, I love Russians a lot. Okay, don't take me wrongly. So just for the sake of remembering, याद रखने के लिए, just up to January exam. Okay, चलो. Next disease that we have learned is पक्का question in January exam, branch chain keto acid dehydrogenase, maple syrup urine disease. चलो सर आगे बढ़ते हैं. Alkaptonuria is due to deficiency of Already we have discussed this one here, guys. Alkatonuria is black urine disease, when black urine disease is due to deficiency of homogenticide oxidase. Now you can answer in less than 1 minute. Limiting amino acid which is seen in Hartnup disease. In Hartnup disease, what is going to happen is there will be decreased absorption of amino acid from intestine. I repeat again, decreased absorption of amino acid from intestine. And which amino acid will be decreased? That is tryptophan. So there will be decreased tryptophan. Okay, and you know one thing, just now I told you about tyrosine. Tyrosine is going to form melanin and then T3, T4 and then catecholamine. Similarly, please note down about tryptophan. Tryptophan is going to form melatonin. Tryptophan is going to form melatonin. I think you people are observing there why I am stressing a lot there. Melatonin. Just now we have learned about melanin. Melanin is formed from tyrosine, but remember melatonin will be formed from tryptophan. Melatonin will be formed from tryptophan. Understanding? And not only melatonin, sir, even serotonin. Oh, and serotonin is known as 5-HT. Lovely. And then one more thing, that is your vitamin B3 also, sir. Very important. Vitamin B3, nothing but your niacin, is also formed from tryptophan. Is it okay? So let us repeat this again right now. Tryptophan is going to form three substances: melatonin, serotonin, and vitamin B3. Again, melatonin, serotonin, and vitamin B3 is formed from tryptophan. అందుకోసం నేను చెప్తున్నా, listen very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. Heart nerve disease, tryptophan will not be there. If there is no tryptophan, vitamin B3 will not be there. Vitamin B3 will not be there. Pellagra like symptoms will occur. Oh, are you understanding ke seekhte kaise hai? How to learn the things? Understanding? I repeat again. It heart nerve disease, there is decreased tryptophan, decreased vitamin B3, decreased vitamin B3 will lead to what, sir? Pellagra like symptoms in this disease. Okay, chalo sir, badhiya. After that, vitamin B3 is synthesized from. Now the opposite question I have given here. Vitamin B3 will be synthesized from which amino acid? That is your tryptophan, sir. अभी अभी मैंने आपको इसीलिए पढ़ाया था. So now, my dear doctors, please take up a paper and write on that. मैंने आपको क्या कहा था? I told you learn that 4-5 diseases in the protein. Second thing that we have to learn is which amino acid is going to form which important products. Few of them I told you. Chalo, let us try writing together. There is an amino acid known as tyrosine. Tyrosine is going to form what, guys? It is going to form melanin, and it is also going to form thyroid hormones T3, T4, as well as it is also going to form catecholamines. And then the second one will be tryptophan, and tryptophan is going to form melatonin. Please remember that tryptophan is going to form melatonin, and then it is also going to form serotonin, and then it is also going to form what, sir? Vitamin B3. Next one. After that, the next amino acid that I want you to remember, very much important nowadays for your exam, is arginine. Arginine is going to form nitric oxide. Can anyone tell me the formula? Cheppandi, tondaraga, cheppandi. Solle. Arginine is going to form nitric oxide. What is the formula of nitric oxide? Very good, very good, Praveen, very good, Bhumi, very good, Harshit, very good, Priyanka, very nice, very good. Handsome doctor, अरे हैंडसम डॉक्टर एवरीवन हियर मर्सी एन अपने नाम भी लगा दो भाई प्लीज यूज योर नेम माय डियर फ्रेंड्स all my dear doctors here FMGs here you're all grown up people I just want to convey my message to people that we all are here working for our name है ना हाँ है ना हम लोग अपने नाम के लिए तो काम कर है ना every another person is earning money doesn't matter it isn't going to come along with you know if tomorrow if I'm not here in this world remember money and everything will not matter I want some people to remember हाँ यार एक पागल सा टीचर था एनाटॉमी बायोकेमिस्ट्री पढ़ाता था यस कुछ हेल्प करता था हमारी बस वो याद रखें तो नेम so why are you hiding your name don't hide your name ठीक है ना we are all working for our name only that's the reason why people have opted for your MBBS, you went to the foreign country, all that hard work, and you have come back here, you're studying here, then why to hide our name? Let's say our name proudly. Yes, I am Dr. Azam, faculty of anatomy, something like that. I am Dr. So and so, something like that. So why you are hiding your name, sir? Don't hide your name, okay? Na? Handsome doctor, love you, brother. So arginine is going to form nitric oxide, formula yaad rakhiye NO, है ना? Thank you, Dr. Amma. And already asked in your exam, histidine. Histidine is going to form histamine. Histidine is going to form histamine. Is it okay? Yes, my dear friends. But in the exam, they have asked how it is formed by decarboxylation. And recently, one of the important amino acid that is being asked in the exam will be glycine. And glycine is the one which is required for heme synthesis. It is helping in the formation of heme. Number two, it is also helping in the formation of purine ring. Number three, glycine is also helping in the formation of glutathione, and glycine is also helping in the formation of creatinine. So glycine has got like many functions. It is helping in the formation of heme, helping in the formation of purine ring, helping in the formation of glutathione as well as creatinine. Is it okay? So this is extremely important table. You can expect one question. You can expect one question from this table also. Like which amino acid is going to form which important substance. Now, after that, my dear friends, welcome to the last and final concept in the proteins topic that you have to learn here. That is about the amino acid. Okay, amino acid and its classification. All of the following are aromatic amino acid except one. What are aromatic amino acid? Tyrosine, tryptophan, and the phenylalanine. Except the cysteine. Cysteine is actually sulfur-containing amino acid. But my intention is not about this question which is given here. No. My intention is not only about this question which is given here. My intention is actually about discussing the classification of amino acids. Welcome here. You can also expect one question from this topic. Now, classification of amino acid, I'll give you like three classifications. Number one classification based on structure. Number two classification based on the metabolic fate. And number three classification based on the nutritional requirement. Okay, so chalo dekhte hain one by one. The first classification is based on structure. And based on structure, all your 20 amino acid, we are going to divide them into 7 groups. How many groups? Totally 7 groups. Okay. And now because we are doing the rapid revision here, so we are not going to waste our time here. Isliye, wherever we can save the time, there I have already written that one. So it's all well planned. You just be with me. Okay now? Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Zaman. Thank you, Arman. Yes, my dear friends. First is aliphatic amino acid based on structure. Aliphatic amino acid. There are 5 of them: glycine, alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine. Glycine, alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine. Next one. The next group will be the OH group containing amino acid. That is hydroxyl group containing amino acid. That is serine and threonine. Serine and threonine. Sulfur containing amino acid will be only 2 of them, cysteine and methionine. Cysteine and methionine. Very good. And then acidic amino acid, aspartic acid, glutamic acid, asparagine and glutamine. Basic amino acid will be the lysine, arginine and histidine. And then aromatic amino acid will be phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan. And then finally the amino acid. It's not amino, it's amino acid. And amino acid will be proline. Proline will be the amino acid. Is it okay? So these are all the 20 amino acid divided based on the structure. So yes, my dear friends, I hope you're observing there. Is all everything planned? जहाँ पर अपने को time waste नहीं करना है. It's already written there. बस आपको memorize करना होगा. You have to memorize this one. Now in this, I'll tell you one thing here. Already we have discussed in this that valine, leucine, and isoleucine. These three will be the branch chain amino acid, BCAs, and you know very well what to remember. And I want you to remember some points regarding glycine here. Remember, out of all the 20 amino acids, glycine will be the simplest amino acids. And not only simplest, it is the smallest amino acid. So simplest and smallest amino acid will be glycine. Number two, second point is that remember, glycine is the most abundant amino acid in collagen. I hope you're writing these points. In collagen protein, glycine is the most abundant one. And remember the third point, the bends or flexibility. The bends or flexibility in the protein chain. If you see a protein chain, it is made up of amino acid, and in that protein chain, if there is a bend, at that bend you will be finding glycine, or vice versa. I can say that the bend is formed due to what's a glycine, because it is the smallest one, it can accommodate in that bend easily. So please remember these three MCQs directly here. Simplest and smallest amino acid, glycine. Most abundant in collagen, glycine. And bends or flexibility in the protein chain, it's also due to what's a glycine only. So this is the first classification based on structure. Now welcome to the second classification based on nutritional requirement. Essential, non-essential and semi-essential amino acids. I don't have to tell you about the definition of that one. Definition every student knows. From school days we are learning. The amino acid which are not produced in our body, हमारी body में जो produce नहीं होता है, and we have to essentially take in our diet. That is nothing but essential amino acid. And how to remember the mnemonic? TV till 8 p.m. And now, why is Dr. Azam telling to watch the TV only up to 8 p.m.? Count the total number of amino acid. There will be 8 essential amino acid. TV till 8 p.m. We can remember the number like that. Now, what is this TV till 8 p.m., sir? Welcome back here. T for 309, V for valine, TV, T for tryptophan, I for isoleucine, L for leucine, and L for lysine. TV till 8 p.m. P stands for phenylalanine, M for methionine. So whatever amino acid I have highlighted here in yellow color, remember all of them will be the essential amino acid. How to remember for the exam? TV till 8 p.m. Essential amino acid. TV till 8 p.m. Essential amino acid. Is it okay? Done. Now after that, remember here itself, my dear friends, arginine and histidine, these two. Arginine and histidine, these two will be semi-essential amino acid. Arginine and histidine will be due to what's a semi-essential amino acids here. So मैं यहाँ पर just लिखता हूँ ANH, arginine and histidine. But again the same thing, your examiner loves you a lot. He will be giving both options. Which of the following is a semi-essential amino acid? First option arginine, second option histidine. अगर दोनों option दिया जाएगा, better option will be arginine. Mark arginine there. Understanding? Now, what are the non-essential? No need to learn. Rest all. Rest all will be the non-essential amino acids. So follow my trick here how to deal with this one. Essential amino acid will be TV till 8 p.m. and then semi-essential amino acid will be arginine and histidine. Both of them are semi-essential. अगर दोनों option दिया जाएगा, better option will be arginine. Very good, Mahesh Kumar. है ना? And then rest all will be the non-essential. Done? हो गया? Now welcome to the last and final classification, as I told you, yes, based on metabolic. Now what will happen? Some of the amino acids will undergo metabolism to form ketone bodies, ketogenic amino. Some of them are going to form glucose, glucogenic amino acids, and some will be forming both ketone bodies as well as glucose. So ketogenic and glucogenic. Okay, but again the same thing. They will never ask you about the definition. It's all about the examples. Examples याद रखना जरूरी है. So ketogenic amino acid will be number 1 leucine and number 2 it will be lysine. अगर दोनों option दिया जाएगा, better option will be leucine because leucine is more ketogenic when compared to lysine. What are these glucogenic and ketogenic? Aromatic amino acid. What are aromatic amino acid, guys? Number 1 tyrosine, number 2 tryptophan, and number 3 will be the phenylalanine. Along with aromatic amino acid, add their isoleucine. So aromatic plus isoleucine. I remember like this. But some of the students are like, sir, do you have a mnemonic for this one? Of course, that is PITT, PIT. So phenylalanine, isoleucine, the tyrosine, and tryptophan. This will be the glucogenic and ketogenic. Please remember only this one. Ketogenic, only two of them, leucine, lysine. Glucogenic and ketogenic will be four of them. Remember PIT. Khatam. Rest all will be glucogenic. So many amino acid will be having the ability to form the glucose. So rest all will be what's a glucose. Very good, Praveen. Very nice. Excellent. चलिए, तो जैसे मैंने आपको प्रॉमिस किया था, as I promised you people, that amino acid classification will be of three categories based on structure, based on the metabolic fate, and then based on the nutritional requirement. One question definitely will be coming from here. Okay, now let us see just the update right now. We are in total having how many amino acids? 20. But nowadays we also have get like 21st amino acid. Which of the following is 21st? 21st will be selenocysteine. So remember, 21st amino acid will be selenocysteine. I want you all to remember one more point here. Selenocysteine will be formed by, when this question was given for the very first time, some student wrote the answer as selenium, some wrote the answer as cysteine. Selenocysteine is not from selenium, not from cysteine. It is formed from serine, OH group containing amino acids. Remember that. And now, which codon will be coding for this amino acid? My dear doctors, do you all remember that stop codons? UAA, UAG, UGA. These are the stop codons. UAA, UAG, UGA. In our regular classes, we had a lot of fun learning these stop codons. Stop codons याद करते वक्त हमने बहुत enjoy किया था, because different people throughout India has got different methods of learning this one. And some people are like UA, UAG, UGA, पता नहीं क्या क्या. Okay, so remember, out of this codon, out of this top codon here, UGA codes for 21st amino acid. And here itself, let me give you like one more update. There is 22nd amino acid. 22nd amino acid, remember, it is pyrrolysine. And for pyrrolysine, please remember the codon which is coding. And again, it is a stop codon, that is UH. Okay, so I want you to remember these many points for 21st and 22nd amino acid. So I repeat again, 21st amino acid will be selenocysteine, and selenocysteine will be formed from serine. It is formed from serine, and the codon coding for that will be UGA. 22nd amino acid will be pyrrolysine, and pyrrolysine will be coded by UAG. So please remember this one here. Is it okay? Urea cycle, sir. One last and final thing in the protein metabolism is urea cycle. Urea cycle will be taking place where? Okay, I will tell you what are the points to be remembered, sir. सबसे पहले आप लोग ना पढ़ोगे what is the another name of urea cycle. Urea cycle, it is also known as ornithine cycle. Okay, or else number 2, it is also known as what's a Krebs-Hasselbalch cycle. Urea cycle or ornithine cycle. So I hope you people are writing the points there. So I'm telling you like what are the points you have to memorize. Or otherwise, if you people have already attended my class and if you have the notes along with you, please keep on marking with some different color. तो पहले आप इसका नाम याद रखोगे. Urea cycle is also known as ornithine cycle, also known as Krebs-Hasselbalch cycle. And if in your FMGE exam, most of the time they have used this word only, ornithine cycle. That is why another name important. Second thing that you have to remember is what is the location. Where is urea cycle taking place? Of course, it is taking place in liver. But where inside the liver, remember, few reactions will take place in cytosol and few reactions will take place in mitochondria. And that answers your question here. Urea cycle occurs in both cytoplasm as well as mitochondria. After that, remember the rate limiting enzyme. What is the rate limiting enzyme of urea cycle? It is CPS1. Carbamoyl phosphate synthase 1. Carbamoyl phosphate synthase 1. CPS1 is the rate limiting enzyme. Okay. And then, by the way, like what is the formula of urea? Remember, the formula of urea will be NH2CONH2. Fine. Now, in your exam, they're asking the question that from this NH2CONH2, what are the sources? From where are you getting this one? Remember, the first NH2 group is obtained from ammonium ion. The CO group will be obtained from carbon dioxide. And one more NH2 group is obtained from aspartate. Oh. So urea cycle, it is also known as ornithine cycle, also known as Krebs-Hasselbalch cycle. It is taking place in the liver, both in cytoplasm as well as mitochondria. Rate limiting enzyme will be CPS1. Formula of urea is NH2CONH2. And in that, my dear friends, the first NH2 group is given by ammonium ion. CO group is given by carbon dioxide. And one more NH2 group is given by aspartate. Please remember this one. So if you remember these points, I hope you'll be able to answer like most of the questions in the urea cycle. Acha, after learning these points, if you still have some time and if you still have some stamina energy left out, then yes, of course, you can even learn the entire cycle. It's better always learning the cycle. Is it okay? But what I'm trying to tell, don't take my words wrongly. Okay, first you have to be perfect with these 4-5 points. After these 5 points are done, then go for the cycle. You learn the entire cycle. Okay, so that completes our proteins topic. One of the biggest topic is done, my dear friends. Just relax a bit, take a deep breath, okay, drink some water. One big topic is done, proteins topic. और आपको क्या करना है, protein topic divide that into amino acid classification, the three classification, one question can come. Diseases I told you, phenylketonuria, alkaptonuria, maple syrup urine disease, heart nerve disease, albinism, 4-5 diseases. From there one question pakka will come, and then amino acid and the important products obtained from them. वो पढ़ना जरूरी है. Understanding? At last you can see the urea cycle. Is it okay? Is it okay, my dear friends? So that completes one big topic. So proteins topic is completed. Now moving ahead, Dr. Vyas is asking, sir, anatomy. Yeah, we'll be doing the anatomy revision also. Don't worry. Whoever was asking like anatomy revision, वो भी मैं आपको कराऊंगा. I promised you people that I am going to be along with you people till your January exam. Okay na? So just be with me. I'll be in touch with you people, guys. Yes. हाँ. Yes, of course, Dr. Zulfikar. I'll surely do that for also. Okay. Today, let us deal with the biochemistry first of all. Then later on, we'll be even doing the anatomy part also. Yeah. Arey, of course, of course. Tokir Minto is asking, sir, motivation de do. Acha, Dr. Minto, I think you have not joined us in the very early. In the very beginning of the video, you can watch the video after completing the session also. I told you all things that you have to do here, Dr. Minto. It's not only about the motivation, my dear friends. I have read it somewhere. Motivation will be for some time, but discipline and consistency is important for you. So please don't get diverted from your track. You are in the right momentum for your exam. So consistency is important. Come on, keep on studying. Don't get relaxed, don't get laid back. Additional time, take it like an opportunity. Take it like an opportunity now. So whoever did not learn biochemistry thinking it is a difficult subject, now it is the time to do the biochemistry along with me, sir. ठीक है, तो चलो हम आगे बढ़ते हैं. तो वन बिग टॉपिक इज डन, सर. थैंक यू डॉक्टर पपरी. चलो सर, ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. Yeah, I'm coming there, no problem. Thank you. So now the next topic that we are going to learn is enzymes topic. Hello, my dear friends. Again, I hope you are writing down there. In enzymes topic, in every exam, one question for sure, sir. 1 mark pakka aega. And in June exam also, one question was asked in the exam. So whatever I tell you, please remember that one, sir. Okay, now. First of all my dear doctors, in enzymes topic, you have to learn about the Michaelis-Menten graph. Okay, I hope all of you people have seen this Michaelis-Menten graph here. Let me write down the name if anyone doesn't know. This is Michaelis-Menten graph. And Michaelis-Menten graph will give a relation between the concentration of substrate and the velocity of reaction. I hope all of you know that in the reaction there will be substrate, and then in the presence of enzyme it is going to form the product. Simple. Substrate, enzyme, product. और अगर आप substrate concentration बढ़ाओगे, if you increase the concentration of substrate, amount of substrate increase చేస్తే velocity of reaction కూడా increase అవుతుంది. So it is directly proportional to the velocity of the reaction. Keep that in mind. So on x-axis, we are taking the concentration of substrate. On y-axis, we are taking the velocity. And because it is directly proportional there, so therefore you are able to see the parabolic graph. जैसे जैसे substrate बढ़ता जाएगा, velocity बढ़ता जाएगा. As substrate keeps on increasing, velocity will also keep on increasing. Is it okay? Fine here. Now in this Michaelis-Menten graph, there is a constant known as Michaelis-Menten constant. And Michaelis-Menten constant is represented by Km. Now, what is this Km, sir? It is concentration of substrate only, but when at half the maximum velocity. So, in this graph, somewhere here, you're getting the maximum velocity. Saturation point here is like Vmax. Okay, now. And half the maximum velocity somewhere in the middle. This is like Vmax by 2, half the maximum velocity. At half the maximum velocity, whatever is the concentration of substrate, this is nothing but your Km. Okay, and what is Km, sir? Michaelis-Menten constant. Yes, very good, Ajit Singh, very nice. So what is Michaelis-Menten constant? It is represented by Km, and Km value will be defined as substrate concentration at half the maximum velocity. So I think in this option number 1 is correct. It is not twice the maximum velocity. It is not the maximum velocity, not the 1/3. It is half the maximum substrate concentration at half the maximum velocity. Okay. Now you people understood this terminology. concentration of substrate, velocity of the reaction, and then Vmax stands for maximum velocity, and Km stands for Michaelis Menten constant. And now for your exam on 20th Jan, inhibition, enzyme inhibition. The question will be definitely coming from the enzyme inhibition. Okay. Now there are two types of enzyme inhibition. One is competitive inhibition and one other one is non-competitive inhibition. On the screen here, you are all able to see here in the graph, you are able to see like two graphs. One is a black colored one, another one is a red colored one. And the black colored one is without the inhibitor and the red colored one is with the inhibitor. Sorry, I think I told you the opposite here. Remember? So the red colored one is like without the inhibitor there and the black colored one will be with the inhibitor. And now, my dear friends, what is going to happen in competitive inhibition and non-competitive inhibition? The first graph here is representing the competitive inhibition. In competitive inhibition, what is going to happen is you are going to draw a graph once like without the inhibitor first, then with adding the inhibitor. Okay now. So kya hoga in this competitive inhibition, Vmax value you can clearly see it is remaining the same. Vmax value same for both the graph. It is having the same Vmax value. But you can clearly see the Km value will be actually increasing when you add the competitive inhibitor. That black colored graph is with the inhibitor. Is it okay? So Km value will increase. So Vmax remains same and the Km increases. Vmax same and the Km increases. Competitive inhibition was given in the June exam also. So it is one of the hot favorite topic of your examiner. You have to remember this for sure. And in non-competitive inhibition, exactly opposite of that will be taking place, guys. In non-competitive inhibition, exactly opposite of that one. Okay. So in this, what will happen? Km value will remain the same. You can see the same Km value for both the graphs. But whereas the Vmax value will actually decrease. I told you exactly opposite of that. That is why I always advise the students to remember any one of that. Any one of that. So I request all of you to please remember better the competitive inhibition, and you can make the exactly opposite of that in the non-competitive inhibition. Is it okay? So competitive inhibition में क्या होता है? Vmax will remain the same and the Km. Okay. तो competition में क्या करना पड़ता है? When you're doing the competition, कैसे याद रखें? How to remember it? सर इसको याद कैसे रखें? So during competition, what will happen? To maintain the same success, same velocity, काम ज्यादा करना पड़ता है. You have to do more work. तो काम ज्यादा करना पड़ता है to maintain the same velocity. That is happening in the competitive inhibition. Understanding your point here? So remember somehow competitive and non-competitive inhibition. Is it okay? So I already told you about the enzyme inhibition. There will be of two types: reversible, irreversible, and irreversible will be again of two types: the competitive and the non-competitive. And in the competitive inhibition, what is going to happen? Vmax will remain the same, whereas the Km value will actually increase. Whereas in non-competitive, what is going to happen? The Km value will remain the same, whereas Vmax value will decrease. This is what they will be asking you in your exam. Take care about that. Okay, fine. So that is what I want you to remember in the enzymes topic, guys. I think remaining things you can easily handle, like what is the nature of enzyme. It will be protein in nature and all those things. Okay. Lakshmi is telling here, sir, please teach entirely in English. Lakshmi, I'm teaching entirely in English only. Only that mnemonic I told you how to remember that in, like a small way to remember that in like Hindi. Koncham koncham Hindi lo cheppinani. Okay. That is just a mnemonic. I can't translate that in some other language. Okay. I hope we can manage with that. Chaliye sir, next one. Now, the next topic that we are going to learn is molecular biology. Actually, molecular biology is a big topic, sir. It's a big topic where you'll be learning about all that, replication, transcription, translation, and all those things you'll be learning. But in that, I'll tell you like what are the higher topics that you must know, you must learn, and go to the exams. Is it okay? Yes. So let's see the first topic that you have to learn here. Definite question in your January exams. What is attached at the 3' end of mRNA after transcription? First of all, I'll just take you to a little bit back here, sir. When you're learning about formation of protein synthesis जब आप पढ़ते हो ना, when you learn about protein synthesis, it starts from DNA, and first of all from the DNA there will be formation of hnRNA, heteronuclear RNA, and this is known as transcription. Is it okay? And after that, this hnRNA will undergo certain modification and it is going to become your actual mRNA. And because it is undergoing some modification, that is why it is known as post transcriptional, after transcription modification. And first thing I want you all to remember that both of them are taking place inside the nucleus only. And after the formation of this mRNA, that mRNA will actually come out into the cytoplasm. Okay, and this mRNA will actually help in the formation of protein, and this is known as translation. And after the translation, this protein will undergo certain modification, and that is post translational modification. This is post translational modification. So this clarity, first of all, you should have in your mind. DNA to hnRNA will be transcription, hnRNA to mRNA will be post transcriptional modification. Then mRNA to protein will be translation, and then protein will undergo modification. Now I'm speaking about this one here. Post transcriptional modification. You can expect a definite question in your exams. Now, first of all, मान लो कि this is your hnRNA. Just imagine this is your hnRNA. Now in hnRNA, it will be from 5' to 3' end. Now three modifications. Number one modification at 5' end. You consider 5' end to be your like head. 3' end is like a tail, and in the middle you're having the body. So on head, what are you going to wear on the head? आप head पर क्या पहनोगे? Cap. So that is why remember this is known as 5' capping. 5' capping means what, sir? We are going to attach a substance here known as 7-methyl guanosine. Come on, recall this name now. Repeat the name now in your mind wherever you're sitting, in any corner of the world. Come on. 5' capping, what are we going to attach? 7-methyl guanosine. This has been asked like many times in the 7-methyl guanosine. Now at 3' end, you're going to attach a long tail of adenine, 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 adenine here. That is the reason why it is known as poly A tail. So what is this modification known as? Poly A tail. And in the middle, what are you going to do? The third modification, that is splicing. And splicing ante. What is the meaning of splicing, sir? We are going to remove the intron and ligate the exons. In the middle, you'll be having some parts known as introns, and introns are non-functional. Bekar. So remove the intron and then ligate the exons. So removal of intron, ligation of exon, that is known as splicing, and this splicing is done by enzyme known as spliceosomes. You have to remember the name of this enzyme, spliceosome. And not only that, another name of this one will be snRNPs, small nuclear ribonucleoproteins, and they're also known as what's SNRPs. So spliceosomes or snRNPs or SNRPs, they are the one which are going to do what? Splicing. And what is the meaning of splicing? A removal of intron, ligation of exon. That is nothing but splicing. And at 5' end, you'll be doing 5' capping. 5' capping is nothing but we are going to attach a substance known as 7-methyl guanosine. And at 3' end, you're going to attach a long chain of adenine, that is poly A tail. Just remember these 3 points, you are done. One question will definitely come in exams. Post-transcriptional modification. I repeat again, the post-transcriptional modification, how many points to answer? 3 points. 5' end, 5' capping, 3' end poly A tail, and in the middle you are going to do the splicing. Done. Next one. So let us just go back to that question here, sir. What is attached at the 3' end of mRNA after transcription? 3' end, yes, there is poly A tail. This is the modification. Okay. आगे बढ़ते हैं sir. Protein folding is done by. देखो यार, actually क्या होता है? After the formation of protein, from DNA to mRNA, mRNA to finally protein. Now protein, it depends on two things, sir. Whether it is a good one or a bad one. I mean to say, whether there is a defect in that or there is no defect in that. If there is no defect in that, if it's a perfect protein, that protein will be folded, and that protein is folded by chaperones. Already asked in your MC exam, protein folding is done by what, guys? Chaperones. Protein folding is done by chaperones. Is it okay? And please, yes, doctors, I think the students who have attended my regular classes, they know very well. I'm also particular about English, so don't call it as like chaperone. Not chaperone. It's chaperones. Okay, so protein folding is done by chaperones. Next one. All are true for genetic code except what? Remember, genetic code, it is also known as codon. Okay, codon is very important topic nowadays. Okay, I'm repeatedly asking in the middle, sir. I hope you're writing that. on some paper, or you're marking in your notebooks there. What are the points to be learned? Codon is very much important. Now in the codon, everyone remember one thing, you know very well what is the definition of codon. Is a combination of 3 nucleotides. In total, you'll be having how many codons? 64 codons. In that, first you have to remember the, for example, if this is your mRNA, messenger RNA, 5' end to 3'. What is the start codon? Always the start codon will be AUG. It is also known as initiation codon or start codon. And what will be the termination codon? UAA or UAG or UG. And just now I told you UG is coding for 21st amino acid, UAG is coding for 22nd amino acid. Done. After that, the most important thing is the properties of codon. Codon has got certain characteristic properties. Number one, a codon will be universal. Yes, it is correct. True. What is the meaning of universal? Same codon will code for same amino acid in all species. Not only in human beings like you and me, in all species, the same codon will code for the same amino acid. Number two, the second thing is in between the codons, you cannot use any punctuation marks. It is commaless, and remember, it is non-overlapping. That is the second property, that is true. Third property, remember, a codon will code for a particular amino acid only. For example, I'll give you one example, AUG. AUG will always code for only one amino acid, that is methionine. AUG will always code for methionine. It will never ever change that amino acid. Okay, it is specific to that particular amino acid. So therefore, this property is known as specificity. Specificity, and specificity, simple English, you know that very well. It is unambiguous. Specificity is also known as what's unambiguous. Is it okay? So therefore, this third option is actually wrong. It is not ambiguous, it is unambiguous. But opposite, in opposite, yes. I think Dr. Medicine remember my example I've given in the class. Okay. But as an opposite, you can see in total how many codons do you have, sir? In total 64 codons. But how many amino acids do we have, sir? There are totally like 20 amino acids. So if you see the vice versa, one amino acid approximately it's coded by like 3 codons. Approximately it will be having like 3. So more than one codon. Every amino acid will be having more than one codon coding for that one, and that is known as degenerates. Degenerate. Understanding? So what are the 4 properties? Tell me again, guys. Number 1, universal. Number 2, commonless and non-overlapping. Number 3, specificity and unambiguous. And number 4 will be degenerate. So you have to remember this, properties here for the code. So all the properties, all the points regarding this topic is completed. So you have to learn this topic in molecular biology. Next one, another thing is about the Chargaff rule. Chargaff rule, to sabko pata hai. We have been learning about the Chargaff rule from school. But in your exam, they are giving, yes, in the exam, they are giving what's the problems. Okay, Dr. Ramanathan Vairam, last point again, sir. Last point is degenerate, Ramanathan. Degenerate in the sense, see, we are having 64 codons now. Codons are more. Amino acids are actually less, 20 amino acids. So remember, each and every amino acid will be coded by more than one codon. Common sense, just remember with numbers. The best way to remember is remember with the numbers there. Each and every amino acid will be having more than one codon. So therefore, that property is known as degenerate property. Is it okay, Ramanathan? That is known as degenerate. Is it okay? Chal, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Now they are giving problems like this. If the content of adenine is 15%, then what is the amount of guanine in DNA according to Chargaff rule? See, I hope you people have learned Chargaff rule a lot of time. Chargaff rule says that adenine always loves to bind with thymine. Guanine always loves to bind with cytosine. There is no need of any formula, no need of any big calculation. I have seen in certain books they are giving like big formula or something like that. Nothing required. कुछ नहीं चाहिए. ATGC सबको पता है. Everyone knows. Now what is given in the question here? Adenine is 15%. If adenine is 15%, definitely thymine will also be 15%. So 15 plus 15 will be how much, guys? 30%. If this is 30%, automatically the other two should be 70%. Why? Because I want my DNA to be 100% perfect. So therefore, this will be 35% here, this will be 35% here. So what is asked in the exam? Guanine, and guanine will be 35%. That's how, that's like simple calculation. Again, so Axomia doc, बाप रे, इतना difficult names भाई. Axomia dog, Chargaff rule. Yes, I have written there Chargaff rule. Adenine loves to bind with thymine, guanine loves to bind with cytosine. Yes, yes, doc. I hope you all know about the purines and pyrimidine. Purine will be adenine and guanine, pyrimidine will be cytosine and thymine. But remember, adenine always binds with thymine double bond and guanine always binds with cytosine with a triple. Is it okay, doc? I'm not able to tell your name again. Axomia, Axomia doc. Thank you. Suggest some difficult name like this for me also. Nowadays, I'll also try to keep some new name. You know. Chalo, these are all the things that I want you to at least revise in your molecular biology parts. Now, coming to the next topic, nucleotide metabolism. Nowadays, it is a trending topic, sir. 2019, 2020, 2021. Okay, all these 3 years, yes, they have been continuously asking this question from you. Is it okay, doc? Yes. Nucleotide metabolism, one question for sure. I don't know whether you're writing or not, my dear friends. Enzymes topic, one question pakka aayega. First topic, electron transport chain, one question pakka aayega. Okay na? Proteins topic, I told you definitely 2 to 3 questions will come from there. Even clinical questions will come. Is it okay? So now welcome here, nucleotide metabolism, sir. Pakka, definitely one question from here. Okay, I'll tell you what they will ask. Now, first thing is, when you learn about the purine, when you learn about the purine, okay, synthesis of purine, there are two methods. One is de novo synthesis, another one is salvage pathway. Now, in our rapid revision class, not going in depth, if you go back and check our regular, regular classes in our regular notes and all, in this, remember, okay, salvage pathway. In salvage pathway, there is an enzyme known as HGPRT. HGPRT, hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyl transferase. I'll tell you a little bit slowly here. Please don't only remember the short form. I want you to remember full form. Last year in your FMG exam, they have given the full form of this one, HGPRT. But because in the regular classes, most of the students will be having the habit of remembering only HGPRT, HGPRT, HGPRT. HGPRT, there is nothing but hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyl transferase. And if this enzyme is deficient, it will lead to Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. What is that one? Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. Okay. And now, Lesch-Nyhan syndrome, what are the clinical features of that? Number one, the person will be suffering with gout. Okay. And you people know gout very well. Gout is nothing but hyperuricemia, increased in uric acid level. But my dear doctors, remember here, so all my dear doctors, remember here, will the patient come to you and tell you that, Dr. Saab, I'm feeling like uric acid is increased in my body? Nah, nah. Hyperuricemia, okay. For studying theoretically, it's very good. Writing in the notebook, very good. Hyperuricemia, uric acid level increases. But how will the patient come and tell you that uric acid will go and get deposited in the form of urate crystal? I hope you people have learned in pathway and medicine. MSU crystal, monosodium urate crystal. And once that crystals will go and get deposited in the joints, there will be inflammation in the joint. Inflammation in the joint is known as arthritis, and this is due to gouty arthritis. Swaha. Understanding here? So gouty arthritis will occur. There will be joint pain. So number one thing is joint pain. They can be a clinical question. So in the clinical question, they can mention number one, gout, joint pain. The patient comes to you and complain about joint pain. Second thing will be the patient will be like having neurological disorder, mentally retarded, neurologically disturbed. Okay. Next, third thing and the most important thing is self-mutilation. These are the three things you have to remember for Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. There will be self-mutilation. Mutilation, harming our own self-mutilation. And how the person will be doing that self-mutilation? Yes, these people will be like literally chewing their fingers. All their fingers will be damaged. It will be bleeding from here. Okay, and then literally chewing their lips. And then what is going to happen? They'll be bleeding from here. So self-mutilation, yes, self-mutilation will be important in the exam. So number one, joint pain. Number two, mental retardation. Number three, there will be self-mutilation. That's Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. Enzyme deficiency will be hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyl transferase, GPRT. Yes, आगे बढ़ते हैं सर. So this is what I want you to remember for your, nucleotide metabolism. Number one, that is about the salvage pathway, synthesis of purine. And yes, I hope every student remember they're giving this question on a repeat mode, degradation of purine. When purines will undergo degradation, sir, for example, like your AMP, adenosine monophosphate, and then guanosine monophosphate, and then uh, the inosine monophosphate, even a minor purine also, guys. Adenosine monophosphate, guanosine monophosphate, and inosine monophosphate, when all of them will undergo degradation. Actually, I don't want to teach you now the entire pathway. Just remember, finally, it will lead to the formation of hypoxanthine, and that is going to form what, sir? Xanthine, and that is going to form what, guys? Uric acid. I want all of you to be alert now. I don't know how much alert you are. It's almost like 1.5 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes completed here. Are you all still alive? Hello? Hmm. Are you all still alive? Breathing? सांस लेते रहो सर, ठीक है ना? हाँ. So purines will undergo degradation to form uric acid. And now why I'm asking you if you're alive or not. In class, everyone will say, yes, sir, it is uric acid. I don't know why in the exam, everyone will go and mark urea. That is not urea, uric acid. Uric acid. So all the purines will undergo degradation to form what, sir? Uric acid. Uric acid form. And here the name of the enzyme, you remember, it is xanthine oxidase. The name of the enzyme here, xanthine oxidase. Oh ho. अगर ये यूरिक एसिड लेवल बढ़ जाएगा, hyperuricemia, that will lead to what, sir? Gout. And in gout, my dear friends, remember what is the drug that will be using? Allopurinol. Now I'm not going in the detail of that acute gout, chronic gout, maintenance, these and on. All you people have learned that in the pharmacology. Pharmacology में आपने पढ़ा है. Allopurinol, what is the mechanism of action? It is going to inhibit this enzyme. Which enzyme? Xanthine oxidase. All this question has been asked multiple times in the last 2-3 years. So please remember this one, guys. Is it okay? So end product of purine will be uric acid. Okay. At least I am trying. What a good name. So at least I am trying. The end product of purine metabolism will be uric acid. Uric acid form hota hai. And then remember, xanthine oxidase will be inhibited by allopurinol. Allopurinol याद रखिए. Is it okay? चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. So this is what I want you to remember, the nucleotide metabolism topic. 1 mark will come from this. Pakka. One you remember about Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. Another thing you remember about the gout, that is uric acid. And now welcome to the easy topic, that is carbohydrate. I hope you people are trying to understand my planning here. Why did I keep this topic at last here, sir? Like carbohydrates and lipids and all. I just completed all the important topics first of all and the difficult one. Proteins done, electron transport chain done, enzymes done, nucleotide metabolism done, molecular biology done. So all that part, I have observed that students will be having a little bit difficulty. Now carbohydrate metabolism, I kept it at last. Why? Because my students knows that very well from school days. Glycolysis, gluconeogenesis, Krebs cycle, ये तो अपने को बचपन से पता है. समझ में आ रहा है सब मेरी planning? Are you understanding your planning here? Everything is like well planned. Understanding point here, sir? So now please welcome to the carbohydrates topic. Now, in the carbohydrates topic, sir, a big clinical question is given here. Yes, my dear friends, a newborn baby refuses the breast milk since the second day of the birth. Whenever examiner is using the word as milk, already I hope it is coming in your mind. We are actually going to discuss about lactose. And lactose will get digested to form one molecule of glucose and one molecule of gas. ये आपके mind में आ जाना चाहिए. They should come in your mind. It is avoiding, baby is refusing and vomits on force feeding but accept glucose. Acha, there is no problem with glucose. Accept glucose. No problem with the glucose. Develops diarrhea on the third day. By fifth day, she is jaundiced with the liver enlargement. Eyes shows cataract. That is the key word that you have to catch. Okay, eyes is showing cataract. Oh, when it will occur? Glucose तो no problem. जब galactose का level बढ़ता है, galactosemia. Let us correlate our biochemistry with ophthalmology. Galactosemia will lead to oil drop cataract. It will lead to oil drop cataract. That is what the examiner is trying to tell you. And in galactosemia, what is the enzyme which will be deficient? Galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase. Remember galput. कैसे याद रखोगे? All my dear students, how you are going to remember? Galput. Galactose 1-phosphate uridyl transferase. Okay. So don't fear with that big clinical question. There will be keyword in the middle. Try to catch that. A baby boy, 10th month old, comes with vomiting, severe jaundice, and then hepatomegaly and the features of irritability on starting weaning with fruit juice. Oh, whenever the examiner is using the word as fruit juice, that means we are going to give the baby sucrose. And sucrose will get digested to form one molecule of glucose and molecule of fructose. Okay. And now, when there is like vomiting, jaundice, and all these things, there is some problem with the fructose metabolism, and fructose is not being tolerated by the baby. That is nothing but the case of fructose intolerance. And when there is fructose intolerance, the enzyme deficient will be aldolase B. Aldolase B, guys. Okay, now fructose intolerance. So I want you to remember these two diseases here: galactosemia, galput, and then fructose intolerance, aldolase B. Now, welcome to your favorite topic. Okay, in this big discussion, somewhere in the middle, thoda sa relief glycolysis, our favorite topic. So the first point that you have to remember is glycolysis is also known as Embden-Meyerhof pathway, EMP. In the classes, I have seen many students don't know the full form, Embden-Meyerhof pathway. What is the location of glycolysis? It will take place in the cytosol. What is the rate limiting enzyme? PFK1, phosphofructokinase 1. Phosphofructokinase 1 is the rate limiting enzyme. Irreversible reactions? Yes. Three irreversible reactions are there. How to remember? HKGK. The first reaction, the first step in glycolysis. And then PFK1, that is the rate limiting step of glycolysis. And then the last step, that is a pyruvate kinase. Okay. So the first step and the last step and the rate limiting step, these three will be the irreversible reactions of glycolysis. HKGK, PFK1 and PK. These are irreversible. What is the net gain of ATP in glycolysis? Yes, if it is aerobic, you'll be getting 7 ATP. If it is anaerobic, you'll be getting only 2 ATPs. And do you have any inhibitor of glycolysis? Of course, remember fluoride. And fluoride is going to inhibit which enzyme of glycolysis? Enolase. And remember, in your exam, they will never give you fluoride. They'll be giving you in the form of NaF. And please concentrate on sodium fluoride. Fluoride wala part. Okay now. तो थोड़ा सा यहाँ से हम सर from now onwards we'll go a little bit faster, but because this is like carbohydrate you have been learning from schools. Okay, so these are like tack like one by one all the points that you have to learn in the glycolysis. Okay, next one. All of the following are the rate limiting enzymes except one. See, in your exam, the first type of question that they'll be asking in the carbohydrates topic is whatever pathways you are having now, all the pathways, they'll ask you either the location of the pathway or the rate limiting. So first, let us concentrate on that one. So all the pathways of carbohydrate metabolism, they'll ask you either the location or they'll be asking the rate limiting enzymes. Okay, so let us see one by one. Just now I told you glycolysis also known as Embden-Meyerhof pathway. कहाँ होता है? Cytoplasm में होता है. Phosphofructokinase 1 is the rate limiting. Second thing and the most famous one, Krebs cycle, also known as TCA cycle, also known as citric cycle. What is the full form of TCA? Tricarboxylic acid cycle. Tricarboxylic acid cycle, and it is taking place in mitochondrial matrix. Okay, everyone knows Krebs cycle will take place in the mitochondrial matrix, and the rate limiting enzyme will be isocitrate dehydrogenase. That is IDH. Isocitrate dehydrogenase is the rate limiting enzyme. Okay, and here itself, remember what is the net gain of ATP? I'm just adding the points here, guys. What is the net gain of ATP in Krebs cycle? There will be totally 10 ATPs obtained in the Krebs. Okay, so you're done with the name, you're done with the location of the Krebs cycle, then you're done with the net gain of ATP and then rate limiting enzyme. So many points are completed. Now, if you just want to add one more thing here, you can just add there. What are the vitamins which are required in Krebs cycle? Remember the vitamin B1, vitamin B2, vitamin B3, vitamin B5. These are the vitamins which are required in Krebs cycle. That is another question. So if you remember these points about the Krebs cycle, it is done. Okay, now understanding? Understanding my point here, sir? Vitamin B1, B2, B3 and B5. Done. Now after that, now what is the meaning of gluconeogenesis? First, remember the definition. Gluconeogenesis means formation of glucose from non-carbohydrate sources. Formation of glucose from non-carbohydrate sources. Gluconeogenesis. where it will take place, two organs. One is your liver, another one is kidney. Every student remember liver, sir. 90% of gluconeogenesis in the liver, 10% will also occur in kidney. Remember kidney. And both in cytosol as well as mitochondria. Not like only cytosol or mitochondria, both in cytoplasm as well as mitochondria. Is it okay? And then what is the rate limiting enzyme here in gluconeogenesis? Fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. Don't worry, I'll tell you a little bit in detail about this one also. Gluconeogenesis के बारे में मैं आपको डिटेल में बताऊंगा. After learning these three pathways, their location and rate limiting enzyme, welcome to glycogen. Formation of glycogen, glycogenesis, breakdown of glycogen, glycogenolysis. Okay, I hope all of you are following this one here, guys. Just give me a thumbs up in the chat box there. I hope everyone is following this one. Or should I go a little bit slowly? I hope it is perfect, right? Yes, carbohydrate metabolism I have seen like most of the students will be having a little bit of confidence in that one. इसीलिए मैं ऐसे जा रहा हूँ, ठीक है ना? Dr. Xavier is asking there, sir, PDF मिलेगी? Yes, of course. Yes, of course, Xavier. You will surely get the PDF. Yes, all the doctors over there, you will be getting the PDF. I hope all the students knows very well. Yes, I have already prepared an LMR, last minute revision for your biochem LMR. एक छोटा सा होता है sir, hardly like 3 to 5 pages. Okay, I'll be giving you the updated LMR. I'll be giving you the updated LMR for this 2022 session, next session. Okay now, so that will be like hardly 5 pages, 5 pages only sir. 5 pages in the sense it is not like double sided also, only single sided 5 pages will be. In that 5 pages, you'll be getting the entire whatever we are discussing here in a very concise manner. Better you can take a printout of that 5 pages and stick wherever you're studying, sir. Up to your 20 January, just daily give a look for 5 minutes. All that 5 pages, 5-10 minutes, you just give it a look, sir, before going to the bed. एक बार देख लो. Because biochemistry, pharmacology, microbiology, PSM, all this will be like very volatile subject. We'll be like forgetting a lot, all these names of the enzyme. So better you make a habit. आप मुझे promise करोगे, make a habit that 5 pages you are going to just give it a glance every now and then. You're going to give it a glance. तो मेरा आपको हाँ तो yes I'll share with you people, don't worry. Yes, on my Telegram group I'll share, don't worry sir. Lovely Irfan Ali, yeah. Okay, so that LMR I'll actually share on my a Telegram group, or after the class I'll share with you people, guys, don't worry, I'm with you all. Okay ना. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं से. So now I was telling you about the glycogen formation is glycogenesis, and glycogen breakdown will be what's a glycogenolysis. Glycogenesis, formation of glycogenolysis, breakdown of glycogen. Okay, यार मैं आपको ना एक सिंपल सा मेथड बताता हूँ. I'll tell you one simple method, no need to mug up at all. यार ये बताओ, just tell me one thing here. Glycogen is a storage form of glucose. We have been learning from school days. It is a storage form of glucose. But where it is stored, students have never thought about that one. Glycogen storage form of glucose, खत्म हो गया. रट्टा मार लिया. Glycogen is a storage form of glucose. लेकिन store कहाँ होता है? Where that glycogen will be stored? Remember, it will be stored in the liver and skeletal. If it is stored in the liver and skeletal muscle, there only it will be forming, there only it will be breaking, there only it will be forming, there only it will be breaking. Understood? Khatam ho gaya. Simple. No need to mug up that one again and again. है ना? So many students are just keeping that biochemistry book in the front and they are just mugging up liver, skeletal muscle. अचानक से message आता है, tongue, how are you baby? Baby is gone. Khatam. So these kind of distractions are there in life. Make your life simple. Glycogen is stored, but where? लिवर एंड स्केलेटल मसल, वहीं तो फॉर्म होगा और वहीं तो ब्रेक होगा. అక్కడనే ఫామ్ అవుతుంది, అక్కడనే బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది. గ్లైకోజెనెసిస్, గ్లైకోజెనోలైసిస్. నౌ వాట్ ఇస్ ద రేట్ లిమిటింగ్ ఎంజైమ్? Glycogenesis, forming synthase. Okay, so therefore glycogen synthase, and glycogenolysis breakdown, remember glycogen phosphorylase. And now welcome to the last and final thing, sir. HMP shunt, also known as the pentose phosphate pathway, hexose monophosphate shunt or pentose phosphate pathway. It is taking place in cytosol, and remember the very famous enzyme that you have been learning in every subject, patho, internal medicine, microbiology, G6PD deficiency and all. So G6PD comes here, sir. Like glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase. Glucose 6 phosphate dehydrogenase. Okay, glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase. And now one more thing important here. What is the net gain of ATP in HMP shunt? Zero. Even that is also asked in the exam. Net gain of ATP in HMP shunt will be zero. So in this one table, what I am trying to tell is all the pathways of carbohydrate metabolism. We are done with the location. We are done with the rate limiting. Done with the location. We are done with the rate limiting enzymes. That's it. Understanding? Sir, thoda sa effort lagana hai. It is like little bit effort. Biochemistry is not a very vast subject. It's not a very big subject. When it comes to your MCI exam, I'm telling you, you have to study like a little bit about the biochemistry. And my dear friends, I'm telling you, 17 marks from biochemistry. Free, free, free. Understanding? थोड़ा सा effort, little bit effort. I'll give you the LMR, 5 pages. आपको बस रोजाना, you know, 10 minutes you have to just see that before going to sleep. Sir, make it a habit, make it a protocol in your life. सोने से पहले 10 मिनट मैं एक बार उसका LMR देखूंगा. खत्म, done. 17 marks will be there in your book. Understanding my point here? So please, my dear friends, don't leave this subject at all. Fearing with listening from other friends and all, it is difficult. कुछ difficult नहीं है sir. थोड़ा सा effort and it will be done, guys. ठीक है ना? Dhruv is asking that, yes sir, please add vitamins too in the LMR. Yes, sure. I will try to even add the vitamins topic in there. No problem. Now, what is the key enzymes of gluconeogenesis? हाँ, मैं आपको बता रहा था ना, gluconeogenesis. Gluconeogenesis means formation of glucose from non-carbohydrate sources. So what we'll do is, we'll normally learn the formation of glucose from pyruvate. So from pyruvate, we are going to form the glucose. But I told you, it is irreversible. How many irreversible reactions are there, sir? 3 irreversible reactions are there. HK, GK, PFK1 and PK. These 3 are irreversible. And we are going to reverse. So pyruvate to PEP, you remember one enzyme here, that is pyruvate carboxylase. My dear doctors, only 3 points you have to remember in gluconeogenesis. Gluconeogenesis, only 3 points. Okay, na? Pyruvate carboxylase enzyme requires biotin as a coenzyme. Number 1 point. Fructose 1,6 bisphosphate to fructose 6-phosphate. Yeah, oh. This is so easy. This is so easy. Just you yourself, just think about that name now. Fructose means how many carbons will you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is a phosphate group attached on the first carbon and there is a phosphate group attached onto the sixth carbon. Fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. Fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. What we have to do here? Remove the phosphate group from the first carbon. And whenever you remove the phosphate group or whenever you break down anything in chemistry, आपको just लगाना होगा is. What will be adding there, sir? Is. Breakdown of lipid, lipase. Breakdown of protein, protease. Breakdown of sucrose, sucrase. Similarly, breakdown of the phosphate group, phosphatase. So it is fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. Just add A. Okay, and glucose 6-phosphate is going to convert to glucose. So just add A. Glucose 6-phosphate. Understanding here? It's so simple. So gluconeogenesis, formation of glucose from non-carbohydrate source. As a student, I am going to remember just 3 points. Point number 1, pyruvate carboxylase. Why do I have to remember? Coenzyme. Which coenzyme? Biotin. Fructose 1,6 bisphosphatase is the rate limiting enzyme. Definitely you have to remember. It is the rate limiting enzyme. And then third thing here, gluconeogenesis kahan hota hai? Just now I told you gluconeogenesis will occur only at 2 places, liver and kidney. Will it occur in skeletal muscle? No. I have not mentioned that in the table here. Yes, remember, it's not going to take place in this. Understanding? Gluconeogenesis will occur only in the liver and kidney, not in the skeletal muscle. मैंने वहाँ नहीं लिखा है, मतलब नहीं होगा. Understanding the point here? But it is not like that. It's not like that. In the exam, they've asked you what is the reason why it is not taking place in the skeletal muscle. Yes, this enzyme will be absent. Guys, I'm telling absent, sir. Absent. I'm not telling deficient. Hello. Please be very careful. I told absent. It's not deficient. Naturally, normally in human beings like you and me, in your muscle and in my muscles, right now, we don't have that glucose 6-phosphatase. It is absent. That is why I'm shouting that from that time, because of this thing only. All the 3 points are like 3 potential questions in gluconeogenesis. Okay. So therefore, pyruvate carboxylase, what is the coenzyme required, sir? Biotin. Fructose 1,6 bisphosphatase is the rate limiting enzyme, and glucose 6 phosphatase will be absent in the skeletal muscle. These 3 points you have to remember in gluconeogenesis. That's all. That's all you have to remember. Now, welcome back here. What are the key enzymes of gluconeogenesis? Except pyruvate carboxylase? Yes. Phosphofructokinase? No. Fructose 2,6 bisphosphatase? Sorry. All of the following are the key enzymes of gluconeogenesis except one. Glucose 6 phosphatase? Yes, sir. Understanding here? So, my dear friends, remember these three enzymes are the key enzymes of gluconeogenesis here. Are you getting a point here? Perfect. So, gluconeogenesis, मुझे बस 3 point याद रखना है. Just remember these 3 points, more than enough. Next one. De novo synthesis of fatty acid requires which coenzyme? De novo synthesis of fatty acid requires which coenzyme? This question is actually from your HMP shunt. HMP shunt is also known as PP pathway. I request all my dear students with folded hands here, no need to learn HMP shunt pathway. HMP shunt का complete pathway पढ़ने का जरूरत नहीं है. No need to learn HMP shunt complete pathway. Only and only remember there are two products obtained here. One product will be your NADPH. Another one will be the ribose 5-phosphate. NADPH and ribose 5-phosphate. Hello, my dear doctors. I can see some people are falling here and there. Hello, Dr. Praveen, Dr. Basit Altaf. Yes, people are people are falling here and there. भाई सर इसको कहते हैं effective study. This is what is effective studies. All the faculties throughout India, they'll be shouting behind you. Effective revision, you know, effective studies. We started our class somewhere around at 6 o'clock. Now, hard date is not even like 8 o'clock right now, just 2 hours. And 2 hours, I can see some people are falling there and falling here. Some people are sitting in the library and they are falling beside on the girl beside sitting there. Hello, control yourself. Concentrate here. 2 घंटे की पढ़ाई इंपॉर्टेंट है सर. अच्छे से पढ़ो यहाँ पर, ठीक है ना? हाँ, no falling here and there. HMP shunt, no need to learn the entire pathway. You have to just learn the two products. It's NADPH and ribose 5-phosphate. Okay, sir, you are telling to remember these two products, but why? What is the reason? What is the reason? Remember, ribose 5-phosphate is necessary for the formation of DNA and RNA. DNA and RNA. ठीक है ना? And then NADPH is the one which is going to form the fatty acid. It is helping in fatty acid synthesis. यार ये बताना, just tell me one thing here. Fatty acid belongs to which category? Fatty acid belongs to carbohydrate, proteins or lipids? Remember, fatty acid belongs to lipids. So fatty acid synthesis, yes, it is also helping in lipid synthesis. If lipid is forming, remember, cholesterol synthesis. And if cholesterol is forming, cholesterol is very much important for forming all the steroid hormones. All the steroid hormones. Okay. So that is the reason why I actually tell all the students to remember only one point here, fatty acid synthesis. Fatty acid form हो रहा है तो lipid form होगा. Lipid is forming, cholesterol will form. If cholesterol is forming, पक्का steroid hormones. Understanding my point here? Then NADPH is also required inside the RBC. NADPH is also required inside the nucleus. Okay, very much important, sir. HMP shunt, you have to remember these two important products here. NADPH and ribose 5-phosphate. अब यहाँ पर the question is given in a very twisted manner. De novo synthesis of fatty acid. So fatty acid synthesis requires which coenzyme? The coenzyme is NADPH. Please be careful with NADH. There is a lot of difference between NADH and NADPH. Yes, very good, Dr. Praveen, very good, Priyanka, very good, Raj, very good, Chaudhary. Very nice. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Enzyme deficiency seen in the Pompe's disease. Oh, how can you forget the glycogen storage diseases? Glycogen storage diseases. Okay. So in this table, I'm telling you about the glycogen storage diseases here, guys. So yes, what is the type 1 glycogen storage disease? Type 1 glycogen storage disease. First, you remember the name. Don't look at the entire table at once. First, you look at the names. Type 1 is von Gig disease. Type 2 will be Pompe's disease. Type 3 will be Cory's disease. Type 4 Anderson. Type 5 McCall. Type 6 Hertz disease. So this is the Names, first of all, you have to remember. Okay. Glycogen storage diseases, my dear friends, very, very much important for your exam. Pakka one question from here. The exam, or your question paper will not be completed without a question from this. You can mark my words. Okay. Your paper will not be completed without a question from here. Understanding? So type 1 will be the 1 gig, type 2 will be Pompey's, type 3 Corey's, type 4 Anderson, type 5 McCall, type 6 Hirsch disease. There is one very bad method to remember this one. There is one very vulgar mnemonic. Okay, how to remember the names first of all? Remember type 1 Von, type 2 Pompey's. Pompey's remember pumped, and type 3 Corey's. Von, pumped, Corey's. Don't ask me who is Von, don't ask me who is Corey, and don't ask me what are they pumping. Von, pumped, Corey. And then type 4 it is and type 5 is make, and type 6 will be hers. And remember, after clearing your MCA exam, when you prepare for NEET PG, at that time, you'll also have to learn about type 7, that is Toroid's disease. And remember T for tired. Remember T for tired. One pumped Corey and make her tired. Okay, that is a way to remember. Don't judge me with all these mnemonics and all. Okay, what is this Azam sir teaching here? Yes, it is a way how you remember this one. One pumped Corey and make her tired. तो इससे क्या होता है? We'll be remembering the names here. Dr. Bharat is enjoying this. Okay. By this we can remember the names. Now once the names are done, now welcome to the enzymes. Okay. Enzyme, let us start from below here. Remember type 6 Hertz disease, type 5 McCall disease, both of them the enzyme deficient will be glycogen phosphorylase, glycogen phosphorylase. But observe there very carefully, in Hertz disease it is hepatic liver wala, and in McCall disease it is muscle glycogen phosphorylase deficient. So remember with the mnemonic as H for H, M for M. So type 5, type 6, remember H for H, M for M. Good? Very nice. Then after that, the next one for these two diseases, you remember with the mnemonic as A, B, C, D. Anderson branching enzyme will be deficient. Corey's, it will be D branching enzyme deficient. Anderson branching, Corey's D branching. Anderson branching, Corey's D branching. And after that, one gig disease is actually the enzyme deficient will be glucose 6 phosphatase. Every student knows this one here. And remember, my dear friend, this is totally different. Pompey's disease will be totally different. Why? Because it is the enzyme present inside the lysosomes. Lysosomes, the suicidal bags of the cells. Acid maltase, and acid maltase also known as the lysosomal glucose. You can remember the name of the enzyme also very much easily with this one. Is it okay? So remember the fifth and sixth one will H for H, M for M, and third and fourth remember as A, B, C, D. And then first one, everyone knows that glucose 6 phosphatase enzyme is deficient. And then Pompey's disease, totally different one. It is the one which will be actually present in lysosome. Enzyme deficient will be acid maltase. Acid maltase. ठीक है? चलिए सर आगे बढ़ते हैं. Thank you भरत. Next one sir. The next topic we are going to go ahead with the lipids topics. Lipid is the simplest topic. Okay. First of all, my dear friends, remember everyone, lipid, the moment you listen the word as lipid, remember two things. It is made up of fatty acid along with glycerol. Lipid is made up of two things, sir, fatty acid and glycerol. And in this, you actually have to worry only about the fatty acid. Is it okay? Everyone along with me with full energy here, guys. Last, I would say that, hardly another 10-15 minutes. Okay. So another 10-15 minutes, we are going to finish off the entire thing. So I hope you all have energies left out, some energy left out. And I know that you people are like very busy people. You know? So I hope you have like 10 or 15 minutes to be spent along with me. Last 10-15 minutes, we are going to finish off, guys. So मेरा चो, are you getting me? अरे थोड़ा thumbs up तो बता दो भाई. पता नहीं जिंदा हो कि नहीं. Okay. डॉक्टर साहब 10-15 मिनट है आपके पास में? Thank you. It's my pleasure that you're allowing me to teach you people for another 10-15 minutes. Okay, it's my pleasure. So the lipid will be made up of two things, sir, fatty acid and glycerol. In fatty acid, you have to remember the classification of fatty acid, and there you have to remember essential fatty acids. Essential fatty acid, you can expect a question from here. There are three essential fatty acids. Number one, linoleic acid. Number 2, there will be linolenic acid. And number 3, there will be arachidonic acid. Arachidonic acid, sir. So these three are the essential fatty acids, sir. Linoleic acid, linolenic acid, and arachidonic acid. Linoleic acid, linolenic acid, and arachidonic acid. These three are the essential fatty acids. Okay. Question number 1. Out of these three, which is the most essential? Most essential will be linoleic acid. And what else do you have to remember here, sir? You have to remember the nomenclature. What is the nomenclature? 18 is to 2, 9 comma 12. Sir, what the hell that we have to understand from these numbers? Remember, the first number is representing you number of carbons. Linoleic acid will have 18 carbons. Next number is representing you the number of double bonds. How many double bonds are there? 2. And when you know that there are 2 double bonds, you should know where are they positioned. What is the position? Position of what? Double bond. Don't take me wrongly. So remember, the 2 double bonds, one is located on the 9th carbon, another on the 12th carbon. That is what you have to understand from these numbers. I repeat again. First number is representing the number of carbons, 18 carbons. And then how many double bonds are there? So 2 double bonds. And then where are they located? 9 and 12 carbon. Okay. And apart from this, I hope you people have heard about that omega 3 and omega 6 fatty acid. How to decide that one, sir? Just do the first number minus the last number. Simple trick to remember. Don't get confused. Don't confuse yourself. First number minus the last number. 18 minus 12 will be 6. So this is omega 6. Simple trick. Okay. Linolenic acid, what is the nomenclature? 18 is to 3. 9, 12, 15. Aర్థమవుతుందా లేదా మీకు? Are you all understanding? How many carbons are there? 18. How many double bonds? 3. Where are they located? 9, 12, 15. And then this one will be 20 is to 4. And then 5, 8, 11, 14 here. And now tell me, is it omega 3 or omega 6? Wow, very good. Somebody is writing there. The name itself is somebody. Somebody is writing there. 18 minus 15 this is. So therefore 3. Omega 3 and 20 minus 4 here. This will be omega 6. Sir. I hope this classification has become easy for you right now. Essential fatty acid yaad rakhna zaruri hai. And this is the information that I want you to remember. Next one. All are derived from cholesterol. Remember, cholesterol is the one. Cholesterol is the one which is going to form, number 1, all the steroid hormones in our body. And it is also going to form the vitamin D in our body. And remember, the cholesterol is the one which is going to form the bile salts, bile acids and bile salts, not the bile pigment. Bile pigment will be the bilirubin, and bilirubin will be formed from the heme cell. So cholesterol is undergoing degradation to form 3 substances. Number 1, all the steroid hormones. Don't take it easy, because many of the students are thinking, "Oh, such a silly thing, by kaun padega?" Nowadays it is the trend of something difficult. Arey yaar. First of all, it's not the time to go into extreme things. Okay, I'll study only clinical question. First of all, your base has to be strong. To learn all these things perfectly, then you go for the extreme things like clinical question, image-based question, and all those things. Simple question आपके एग्जाम में पूछा गया. A simple question was asked in your MC exam. Steroid hormones are formed from where? Answer: cholesterol. 1 mark. Understanding point here? Steroid hormones are formed from where? Answer is cholesterol. You'll be getting 1 mark. And remember, not only steroid hormones, even vitamin D is also synthesized from the cholesterol, and even bile acids are formed from the cholesterol. I gave you the question to have a clarity. It's not bile pigments. It's not bile pigments. Is it okay? The next one now. Beta oxidation of fatty acid occurs in which organelle? अब यहाँ सुनो सर, ये मैंने आपको क्यों दिया है? Beta oxidation of fatty acid, it will be actually taking place in 3 stages. Okay, number 1 stage will be activation of the fatty acid. Number 2 will be transport of that activated fatty acid by carnitine shuttle. Transport by carnitine shuttle. Okay, and number 3 will be beta oxidation proper. ओके मैं एक बार दोबारा रिपीट करता हूं. आई रिपीट अगेन हियर. हेलो माय डियर फ्रेंड्स. ओए होए, थैंक यू नेस्कैफे मिल्क. नेस्कैफे मिल्क इज राइटिंग देयर एज आप मस्त हो सर. थैंक यू. आप भी बड़े मस्त हो सर. मेरे को कॉफी पीने का मन कर रहा है. नेस्कैफे. हाँ ऐसा लग रहा है कि आई एम गिविंग अ कमर्शियल हियर. हाँ, beta oxidation of fatty acid will occur in three stages, sir. Number one will be activation of fatty acid. Number two will be transport, and number three will be beta oxidation proper. And now remember, activation will be taking place in the cytosol. Activation will occur in cytosol, whereas beta oxidation proper will take place in mitochondrial matrix. That's the reason why. What is the second step? Transport. Activation cytoplasm में होगा, beta oxidation proper mitochondria में होगा. That is why we have to actually transport. Okay, G, done here. And remember, they're asking now the question beta oxidation of fatty acid. All my dear FMG students, please be alert here. Please be alert here, sir. Seriously alert now. Students are thinking beta oxidation of fatty acid will take place both in cytoplasm as well as mitochondria. Wrong. If this type of question is given to you, your answer should be only mitochondria. Beta oxidation proper will take place in the mitochondria. Your answer should be only mitochondria, not cytoplasm. It should be only mitochondria. Is it okay? Chalo, sir. Gaucher's disease is due to deficiency of which enzyme? Please look at this table here. In this table, you are actually able to see the lipid storage diseases. Hello, my dear friends. There are totally 6 diseases present over here, and one question will definitely come from here, sir. Okay. In your next FMG exam, one question will definitely come from the lipid storage diseases. And hello, my dear friend, can't you learn like 6 points for me? Please, Baja Lusta. Okay, please, I'm requesting all of you guys, just one question will definitely come. You just have to learn like 6 points. 6 points. Is it okay? So, Niemann-Pick disease, what is the name of the enzyme deficient here? Sphingomyelinase. And I'm sure you people have learned this in pathology also. Ah. And Gaucher's disease will occur due to glucocerebrosidase. And Krabbe's and Fabry's will occur due to galacto and galacto. Same one only, sir. Galactocerebrosidase only. But this is alpha and that is beta. So what I will always do is Krabbe's disease, I'll be always writing like this. Beta. Krabbe's disease, beta galactocerebrosidase. And alpha, you remember like Fabry's. You know, like a rhyming word, you remember alpha Fabry's. Alpha Fabry's. And Krabbe's, you remember that is beta. And yes, Tay-Sachs, hot favorite of your MC examiner. Tay-Sachs will occur due to deficiency of hexosaminidase A, whereas Sandhoff's disease will occur due to deficiency of hexosaminidase A and B. Understanding my point here, sir? So, Niemann-Pick disease, 6 diseases, sir. Let us repeat again. Come on, sir. Loud and clearly. Last 5 minutes, we are going to finish off here. Everyone here, loud and clearly, wherever you're sitting, let the world know we have revised biochemistry now. We are ready for that. Is it okay? Niemann-Pick disease, sphingomyelinase deficiency. Yes. Gaucher's disease, beta glucocerebrosidase. It is glucocerebrosidase. Krabbe's and Fabry's, both of them galacto. Fabry's alpha, Krabbe's beta. And Tay-Sachs disease, it is hexosaminidase A, and Sandoff disease, hexosaminidase A and B. Pakka, one question from here, and please remember 6 points. Only 6 points, one question from here. I think right from the beginning of our session at 6 o'clock, I think you are noting down everywhere, wherever I told you, definite question is going to come, sir. So please make a note of that, and Pakka वहां से सवाल आएगा. ठीक है जी, चलो आगे बढ़ेंगे. Now welcome to the last and final one, that is your vitamins topic here. And from vitamins topic, in your January exam, in your next FMG exam, I'm expecting at least 3 to 4 questions from you. Every student, every medical student, okay na, they will be having overconfidence with this topics. अच्छा, vitamins topic, oh, we are studying from LKG, UKG, हमको तो पता ही है vitamins क्या, fat soluble, water soluble, है ना, A, D, E, K, and then B, C. I mean to say vitamin B and vitamin C. Understanding? So students will be just happy. अच्छा, अपने को तो vitamins पता है भाई. Hello, confidence, very good. No overconfidence. This is one topic you are going to study while going to the exam on the way while going to the exam in the morning of 20th January. So 20th Jan in the morning when you're going to the exam, at that time you are going to learn, revise this vitamins topic once. Whatever Fadu student you are, whatever excellent student you are, but you are going to revise this before going to the exam. Is it okay? So here, like in our revision here, rapid revision here, I'm not having like much to revise here, guys. Vitamins to pata hi hota hai aapko. So basically I'll just tell you like few things. which are very much important here. First of all, vitamin K is required for clotting factors. Remember which clotting factors? Liver is going to form the clotting factor, all the clotting factors, and clotting factor number 2, 7, 9, 10. You require which vitamins or vitamin K. But the biggest question here is why? Why? Because vitamin K is required for carboxylation. Gamma carboxylation. Carboxylation means what? Adding the carbon, but where you are going to add that? At glutamate. At glutamate. This is the golden word that you have to remember for your exam. Vitamin K is required for clotting factor number 2, 7, 9, 10. Okay. So for carboxylation and glutamate. Wernicke encephalopathy. Nowadays trending question. I have just included in vitamins topic randomly few things which are important you have to see and go to the exam. Wernicke encephalopathy is due to deficiency of vitamin B1. Vitamin B1 will be your thiamine, है ना? Thiamine deficiency जब होता है, alcoholism, the most common cause for thiamine deficiency. It will lead to what? Wernicke encephalopathy. Students have been learning vitamin B1 deficiency very करके पढ़ते हैं. Very मतलब पुराना हो गया. Again, it is a very old one now. That used to be asked like almost like 6-7 years back. Nowadays, it is like Wernicke encephalopathy. Okay, alcoholism. Next one. Biotin is acting like a cofactor for. Remember, for biotin, you have to remember like 3 enzymes. Just now I told you one enzyme. अभी मैंने आपको बताया था. Just now I told you one enzyme, that is pyruvate carboxylase. Where did I told you about this enzyme, sir? Pyruvate carboxylase, gluconeogenesis. Number two, biotin is also required for propionyl CoA carboxylase. Propionyl CoA carboxylase. You can go back and check my notes. In my notes, it will be there in the vomit pathway. Okay. And then the third one will be acetyl CoA carboxylase, and acetyl CoA carboxylase will be in fatty acid synthesis. So one is in carbohydrate metabolism. Another one is in protein metabolism. Another one will be in the lipid metabolism, fats metabolism. Okay. So there are 3 enzymes, and these 3 enzymes require biotin. And that is why they have asked the question, biotin is required for which type of reaction? You can see there, it is required for carboxylase. Biotin is required for carboxylase. Acha, one more thing they're asking about, they're very much, like fascinated about this one. Here in your exam, they're asking a lot of questions regarding biotin. So one more thing is that biotin deficiency से क्या होता है? Hair loss होता है, alopecia होता है. But they're not asking what will happen due to deficiency. They are asking in the exam that biotin deficiency is due to what? What is the most common cause? The most common cause is consumption of raw egg. Actually, eating egg, there are 2 methods. Either you can boil the egg or you can fry the egg. Some of the people, they don't like frying the egg, they don't like boiling the egg. They'll take the egg, break the egg, and just drink it. Yeah? So in that, what will happen? That raw egg, kacha anda, kachi gudu. In that raw egg, what will happen? You'll be having egg white, and in that egg white, there will be a protein known as avidin. This was also asked in your MC exams. Avidin, and avidin will love to bind with the biotin, and it will be taking it out. So what is the most common cause of deficiency of biotin? Consumption of raw egg. All those new teenagers in the teen age, they'll be getting attracted by nowadays heroes and all, and 6 packs and all. They'll go to gym, and in the gym, the trainer will tell, go back to home and take egg, and don't boil, don't fry, just drink it. Body तो बन जाती है, but hair सारे चले जाते हैं, ठीक है ना? So I don't know about the body. If you continue the exercise, I don't know if your body is building or not, but पक्का hair loss will be there. इसीलिए आपने देखा होगा, big body builders will be there, but there'll be no hairs there. Understanding? So hair loss पक्का होता है सब biotin deficiency से. Is it okay? Yes. Okay. Someone is writing there, Johnny Sins. I don't know who is that. Now next one, sir. This question has been repeated like two times in your exams continuously. Last December exam also, and last June exam also. December 2021 and June 2022. This question and this image was repeated. What is that one? That is Castle's necklace. And Castle's necklace you'll be seeing in which one, sir? Pellagra. I hope all the student knows very well. Pellagra will be 3D disease. What is that 3D? D for dementia. Dementia, neurological disorder. D for dermatitis, inflammation of the skin, but only which is exposed to light. That is why you are able to see that necklace, Casu's necklace. and D for diarrhea, dementia, dermatitis and diarrhea. These three things will be yes occurring in pellagra. अगर आपने इसको treat नहीं किया, if you don't treat this one, then it will lead to fourth D, that is death. The fourth D will be death. But yes, remember Dr. Asif, it is if you don't treat that, अगर आप इसको treat नहीं करोगे तो death हो जाएगा. Is it okay? And this necklace will be the Casus necklace. Please keep that picture in your mind because they're asking the questions from here, guys. Is it okay? Yes. So this topic is very much important, sir. Vitamins topic. You have to study and go to the exam. Without this, please don't go to the exam. On the day of the exam, you have to revise this. Is it okay, guys? So that was about our entire biochemistry, carbohydrate, proteins, lipid, enzyme, nucleotide metabolism, molecular biology, electron transport chain, every topic we have revised, and I hope you have written there what all you have to revise for your exams on a daily basis. Okay. So my dear friends, at the end, let me just finish this. I'll be giving you LMR of 5 pages. I'll be giving you. Stick that on your, wherever you're studying, and please revise that daily 10 minutes before going to. That is very much important. Otherwise, everything will be gone from your mind. Okay. And you will be getting that on my Telegram group. I'll be sharing it on my Telegram group, or I'll be sharing on my WhatsApp, sir. You can just WhatsApp me on this number. We'll be staying connected, yes, till your exam. है ना? There are only like two places where I'm actually active there. One will be my Instagram, anatomy Dr. Azam. This is my Insta handle, and that is my WhatsApp, sir. So these are the two places where you can communicate, and I am going to be along with you, my dear friends, till your exam. Okay. And yes, of course, just before finishing the session here, I will tell you one thing here, my dear friends. Please, please, I'm requesting all of you with the folded hands here. Please don't get laid back. Don't go into that comfort zone. कि यार 2 महीना है. Yes, you have seen how the last 6 months got finished just like that. You people came back from your foreign universities after taking the degrees and all, and then you people actually started studying, thinking that you're having 6 months, and in no time, July, August, September, October, November. We are in November right now. And in November, when we are meeting like many of the students, they are like, sir, I did not do MCQs, sir, I did not do this subject, that subject and all. So please, I'm requesting all of you, utilize this golden period. Think that, you people are all like in a very dull mood always. Okay? So we are stuck here preparing for FMG and all those things. My dear friends, you are actually lucky. You are lucky people that you got that 2 months extra. So please start practicing MCQs. Please, today itself, after completing our session today itself, take a white paper, write down all the 19 subjects, no influence of others. There should be no influence from other students. Why? Because what is difficult to my friend, it is not difficult to me. What is difficult to me is not difficult to my friend. It's different from person to person. Today itself, after my class, after my session here, sit down and on a white page, you write down there all the 19 subjects, and without any, bias, without any partiality to ourselves, mark. These are the difficult subjects. Whether it be 3, 4, 5 subjects, whatever it is, and write down there today itself, I am going to finish this in the first. We are having 60 days time. In 60 days, first 30 days or first 20 days itself, I am going to finish my difficult. So difficult is done. Whatever is easy, you are already done. 100% your preparation is ready, and you're already daily solving the MCQ. So please do this one. Don't be in a laid back mood, and please help each other. FMG exam is just a screening exam. FMG exam is just a screening exam, sir. You don't have to worry about अगर किसी को मैंने help किया, if I help any of my friend, he'll be getting like more marks or less marks. It's not about the ranking system here. It's just about clearing that 150 mark. So please help all your friends. Be positive. Create the positive energy around you. Please help your friend. If some of your friends they are diverting from the track, ask them, counsel them, tell them, start studying. Let's start studying now. So if you start studying like one topic, you'll get the confidence to study the next topic. Okay now. So please try learning like this, guys. Help each other. And I'm telling you, I am having a firm belief. I believe firmly. अगर आपने किसी को help किया, if you help anyone, God will help you in numerous ways. Remember that there is someone there who is always having an eye on you. If you do good, that will somehow return back to you. Somehow return back to you. Don't keep in your mind any negativities कि अगर मैंने उसको ऐसे किया तो क्या होगा, वैसे किया तो क्या होगा. There are so many people having negativities against me also, but always you have seen me being positive. Let them tell anything. Let us do whatever work I'm doing. So in that way, you also in your life keep on going ahead positively, because we are not going to speak in front of others. Let our work speak against. Understanding my point here? So help others, always try to help others, all your friends and all colleagues, and God is going to help you in numerous ways. I'm telling you, and number of ways वो कहीं ना कहीं से आपको help करे. Understanding your point here, sir? So with this thing, I'm going to, sign off here, guys. Thank you all. It was very nice interacting with you people for these 2 hours of biochemistry class here. Hope this effort of mine will help you all in your exam. Okay, now? So thank you all, guys. This is Dr. Azam signing off here.